And I should actually stream music, shouldn't I? Yeah. Music, share your screen. How do I do that?
Wow.
Because I have both camera and the stream going. Hopefully I don't lag too much, but...
Wait, did you say you wanted us to do cameras too?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely your choice. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just doing cameras because it helps me be more expressive and whatnot. Just experiment with it.
Oh.
I used to do it before and then stopped, so whatever. Get back into it. But yeah, anybody wants to do a recap for that session, or did you guys already do that while I was gone?
We only did a little bit over the RP.
I'll give inspiration to whoever wants to do it.
Well,
I think Melina should do it because Melina's the one who talked to Ushru the most.
I fucking can't. I gotta look back at my notes. Fuck, a lot went on. Okay. So, first we entered, well, oh my god, words. We awoke in the water. We still had time. We had the amulet, a little bit of back and forth. Melina held onto the amulet. We got out, found a couple extra goodies going out, split the party a little bit, missed some stuff, but we came out pretty well. Come up above, Ushru had like a little bit of a concern, but Julian was like, no, everything's fine. And then we all went back to the Broken Tusk, and we start kind of, hanging out, just kind of having drinks with each other. We agreed that we would pay for the drinks for first round since we were the victors and we had new coin, each of us getting 20 gold pieces. I was gone for a little bit of the stuff, so I know Galceriad said he went to identify some pearls, but didn't, and kind of lied to Riot. But then Melina had, and then that was kind of like everyone disliked that against Galceriad, just kind of being a prick. I had missed a little bit. And then during that night, and I always get this wrong, and I want to make sure I get it right, but is it Nia or Naya?
He's muted.
Pretty sure it's Nia.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to write the phonetic of this because I'm horrible. So Nia went out. She had the paperwork that she got from the back pocket of the Arakakra. I can't remember his name right now. I don't have it written down.
Sharpwatch.
But Sharpwatch. Let me get that. Sharpwatch. And went to go return it. But had failed a few checks, and was found, and then was escorted to the Inquisitor. Hold on, where's my notes? To the Grand Inquisitor Thea Olius, and she was basically testing us to see if we had known about these plans that were on the pieces of paper. We all had actually no clue, so we were proven right. And then Nia, I don't say it was a lie, but maybe just a misguided answer or something, but had suffered a little bit of damage. So being an inquisitor that she is, she found out. But a bargain was struck to not have her killed or put into, the pen or anything. That we would look for Thea's brother. Was it Den? I have Den Olius.
Dan Olius is like literally like DN, the word. That's
okay, that's what I thought.
Where the two belong to, yeah.
Yeah, because I had a period after that. I was like, maybe I missed something. But Den Olius, he's somewhere in the wasteland. If we
no,
can
that's not the first
him.
name. I'm just saying like they both belong to Dan Olius.
Oh, right, Den Olius.
His name was... I gave it to, I think, Hunter when he was discussing mission details. And I totally have it somewhere in my DM notes. Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
But he's somewhere in the wasteland, lost, possibly dead, but we need to recover him, dead or alive, and the debt will be repaid. However, Nia has to pay, like, a bit of a hefty fine for possible espionage. We have a little bit of a, an eye on us now. And then backtracking just a little bit, when we went to sleep that night at the Broken Tusk, we all had a vision. Something about, like, maybe the amulet covered in like a red substance and a hand reaching up and grabbing it, and it was Elixion saying to come find him, follow his tracks, leading towards Bazoxan, and then that's where we wanted to head out to.
Wait, we all saw that vision, not just Melina?
I think we
Yes, you all saw that vision.
when we went to just sleep.
Didn't Galvin also find out that the brother was on the way to Bazoxan?
Yes, something like that. Griffin View Outpost, I do believe, and his name is Regis. Regis.
What was the name of the outpost?
Griffin View.
Griffin View. Griffin!
Cool, so go ahead and take that inspiration. Use it for yourself or your party mates.
Thanks, Daddy.
Yeah, you're welcome, son. With that all being said, is there anything you guys wish to do as a party on this morning following the vision, the dream you had last night, and speaking with Ushru and whatnot, and sort of getting ready for the road ahead if you wish to journey out today?
Just one double check. Inspiration's a reroll for one of our rolls, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yep, it's yep.
advantage, disadvantage.
Okay.
Also, we have a call bounty as well, a platinum piece per head.
For demons, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I didn't
A
write
what?
that down.
Yeah, you were asking whether or not Hunter joined the Aurora Watch or not. I mean, like, to join the Aurora Watch, I'll be like, go to Rosanna, receive training for weeks on end, and become one of them.
Yeah,
Not only that, but also a basic training and background check of whether or not you're an Imperial spy, etc. But he checked for mercenary work, and that's always available. The task hands, wherever they may be found, as Hunter said, will pay a platinum diadem per head of demon, which is curious because most of you have heard of demons through academic study or close interaction with, would know demons spontaneously combust into goo and muck upon death, and that doesn't seem to be the case in Xhorhas for whatever reason. Something to do with calamity, maybe.
I did want to... Go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh, no, go ahead, Lauren.
Megan. No, you go ahead.
not Lori.
Sorry.
That was-
Your voices all sound similar.
No,
it's
it's
not like
fine.
you guys are just like, girl.
Yeah.
So having slept on it and everything, and before coming down, Nia makes the difficult decision, even though she yearns for the knowledge, to throw the unopened letter into the trash and then light fire to it with the candle that was on the bedside table. Fire. And watch and make sure that it doesn't spread to the rest of the room. Responsible person.
Cool. Thankfully, Horizon back mounted inns don't have fire suppression systems, so consider evidence destroyed and your hide saved. Fair enough.
And then she goes down and joins the rest of her teammates.
Cool. So, for the sake of expediency's sake, does anybody want to do any further interactions to add on to what we did during our P-chat? Or do we want to do any last-minute on-the-road shopping? I think we pretty much handled that in Discord, but I'm just triple checking.
Do we have
Actually,
enough
Was there
supplies?
Because
anything
once
else
you're
that
out
I
on the
missed?
road, there's no shopping. What?
Was there anything else that I missed there? I know Tom was telling me about how you guys had tried to tag me in chats this week. Was besides the cantrips that Lorian was asking, was there anything else there that I missed?
RP chat?
Just RP.
Yeah,
Some-
just the
Other
RPG
characters
chat.
upstairs.
Just the RPG. Yeah, just some people spoke to Ushru about what Bazoxan is exactly, and what he thinks about the whole situation. As you guys sort of told him about the dream, I think Nick sort of covered that, but you'll get details in our P chat. I can go over them if you guys need to go over them as a group. I don't mind. It is important. Aside from that, flavorful, but not necessary to know interaction between them and the rivals. That we can just get
But
it.
I am sorry there. I really had all of the intentions after session last Monday to be very in the RP chat, but life happens, and it was a really, really busy week, and lots of things happened, so
Yep.
I do apologize.
No, you're
Happens.
good.
I'll be right back for 30 seconds, but I am
Yeah.
still listening to everything.
Essentially, I don't know, Nick, sorry, I don't know if you reviewed
No,
what
you're fine,
Usher
bro.
said.
Barely. I did very sparse cliff notes.
It's okay. I got it here. Let me check RP chat. I think you had it pinned in your notes, actually, didn't you?
I may have had something.
No, you had the hunter's details pinned. That's fine. Essentially, I'll summarize it. He said Ushru gave a little bit of insight onto Bizoxan, it being a military outpost, a sort of frontline that has taken over this, what used to be like a mining city. The Overwatch took over after a breach happened between this world, the material plane, and the abyss, where most demonkind and chaos, evil, chaotic entities sort of reign. Since that breach happened, we're talking like centuries ago, the Overwatch took over and set up sort of a front there, and has been sort of a stalemate, keeping vigil against those forces. That's what Zoxan is, and it's with the artifact you guys found, the golden disc, and what Usha has told you about it. If it is truly how the specter in the vision says, and it is a remnant of times past, a vestige of a divergence from the time when gods left this realm and sort of formed a barrier gate between this world and the divine world, in order to shield mortal kind from forces of evil that can penetrate it. If it is indeed an artifact of a time, then no place is better to find out about the calamity than the literal scar that mars this land, which is Bizoxan. More specifically, a place called the Betrayer's Rise. Ushu has never been there himself, but you know, it's sort of like you and I know about Paris. So you share a few details there. If you have any questions, I can try and answer them now, but I think we're pretty much good to go adventure-wise. If nobody else wishes to supply themselves for the road.
For the 12 days, for all of us?
Figure it out.
What did you guys buy?
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
At least
So,
I haven't yet.
Hunter did buy a map for Journey Ahead, spending 11 gold altogether for a map and a case. And there it is. You, fellows, are over here. This here is Jigao. I'm gonna put some labels on the map for the sake of convenience. But it is a 12.
Coming with us?
Hmm?
Is anybody coming with us?
We are escorting one man. I don't think he's coming with us, though.
Who are we bringing?
Oh, he's Elijah, the creepy old man.
Oh, Elijah. Right. I was just making sure you remembered your own.
Typically how this goes is you guys can gauge the sort of scale of the map. On foot you can cover 8 hours worth of travel depending on your speed. But before exhaustion starts kicking in, you can always push past exhaustion, but that's risky. All in all, 12 days on normal pace, maybe 9 if you buy expedient cavalry-like horses or something of the like. That will be the journey on foot as charted by just road. Of course, you can chart your own path. Trailblaze, if you will.
Can we afford a horse?
Say again?
Could we afford a horse?
Not a horse, no.
Not.
But we could take a donkey and a cart, which is 23 gold total. A horse is 8, a cart's 15, but then we need feed for the donkey. Or
that
mule,
little
whatever.
walk.
Cart wouldn't be bad to have. Carries all of our gear too. We would need tents or something to shelter us from the
True.
elements. And tents
It
are
would
like
be
20
nice.
pounds.
It would be nice to have like a donkey and a car just for carrying shit, even if we're still walking.
Yeah.
I'm
Is there
down for
like
that.
is
I'll
there
pitch
like a
in gold for
way?
that.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask, like, rather than just like, we could have it. I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I guess we could buy it. If we don't need it anymore, we
I
can
don't
just
think we
sell
have
them.
enough gold for the horse and the cart, do we?
Not for the horse and mule.
Donkey or mule.
Horses
Cart
are
is
50
15,
gold.
you said? Oh,
How much money do
yeah, we
people
can't.
have?
Well, technically,
Um,
we each have 20 if we split the gold 5
I
ways.
don't. I have 9.
Oh, so we got 100 gold?
Yeah, everybody had 20.
Cool.
I have a
Oh.
bit
Have a
more
look.
because of my background.
Yeah, whatever you have from your background, and then the 20 gold we got each.
I can pitch in 7 GP because I only have 11.
What's the
Um,
total cost? 23?
23 total, but then we still need feed for the donkey. And I might meta this a little bit, but do we know if there's a stop along the way where we could rest and resupply?
Looking at the map, you can see several stops along the way. Anything that's marked in green is indeed an oasis of some sort in the wastes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There are 4 sort of points of interest if we're talking about like just the southern road, right? Because again,
Yeah.
you can just trailblaze your own path if you want. You can go through other cities, the ways open, but the most direct one is probably the road. You have this oasis here, called Melora's Spring. You have this one, which is not really named. It is just noted as a landmark. This one here is called the Emerald Loop.
Ooh.
And this one is called the Exemplar.
The one in the middle
How
of the spiky places?
Yes, it is. It looks to be like some sort of a tree named the
Yeah.
Exemplar.
Okay. Riot is going to tell the entire group that before we rest, have a short rest, if anybody wants food he cooks, they need to help forage and hunt. And he looks at everybody with a serious face.
Hmm.
And he taps his utensils in his backpack.
Hang on, going back to... Okay, that sounds great. Going back to the donkey thing, how much is feed?
5
Like a
copper
day
pieces
for
per
the
day's
donkey.
worth for one mount.
Okay, so
Be
2
it mule,
days for
horse,
the
anything
silver.
they all kind
And
of
then
eat.
we could get
Hmm?
20 days of feed for 1 gold piece.
Yep.
And then the cart is 15, and then the donkey itself is 6?
8.
8.
So how much gold do we still need?
24 in total.
Not that
And
bad.
how many is everybody pitching in?
I got 7.
I
8 gold.
can pitch in, like, I don't know, comfortably between 5 and 7, having a few gold pieces left.
So 9's all that's remaining after Julian and Galvin. Riot will toss in.
Hold on.
What is it divided evenly? I'm curious.
I don't know. People are just tossing what they want.
It's 24, so between the 5 of us, it's like less. It's about.
That's 34.
Divided
It's
by
about
five?
it's about 4 gold, 8 silvers.
Why don't we just do like
Tom just said it. It's 4 gold each and 8 silvers.
Yep.
let's just do that. Everybody subtract 4 and 8. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
That sounds good.
Cool. Carts are pretty much ready. You don't need to be crafted. The vendor has a few in stock on the way for you, ready. They seem to be of firm quality for far travel, not so fragile. It has its own HP, NAC. I know, Nick, you're like looking for things that you can use for cover. Keep that in mind. I might
Yeah.
forget to put it on a map because I sometimes forget to
I've
account
been-
for things. But
I've been
that-
writing it down at the top of my note page, like, ask for cover.
Yep. So that will be cart of a fairly sturdy material. And you got a mule, right? What
Yes.
would you like to name the mule?
Did he come with a name already, though? Since he is from a breeder and he's been around for a while, they must call him something.
Her name is Penny.
Okay.
It's a great name.
Let me make an
Alrighty.
arrow. Penny, the mule.
So we have Penny. She has
the next thing.
She has 11 HP and 10 AC.
Cool.
Son of a bitch.
11 HP, 10
Yep.
AC.
I feel like that's more
Imagine-
horse related than it is mule related. Mules are supposed to be tough.
That is
Must be
tough. That
hard.
is twice as tough as a normal mortal human being. A normal human being having 4 HP and like
Woo.
nothing to shield them by. Yeah.
Do you guys want to buy tents? We can buy at least 2, and then that way we'd have to be like sharing them. Or we could buy
The
3
boys
tents
can-
total.
Well, I don't know how big are they? Because I was gonna say we could just get 2, one for the boys, one for the girls.
Yeah, a tent typically is big enough for 2 people.
There always has to
buy
be
it.
somebody out for watch.
Right.
True.
So we could. And Galvin only needs. Well, actually, both the elves only need 4 hours.
Plus, there's always the cart.
Both
Is
elves?
the cart covered at all?
Oh yeah.
No,
Julian.
Open cart.
no, like you'll have to buy some sort of a canvas covering and spend like a half a day just building and like little arch frames for it. But it'll be like an extra 3 gold for just labor to do that. If you want to just hire somebody to do that, it'll just be extra if you want it to buy covering.
Ah, fuck
Wait
that.
a minute, isn't Julian a half elf, not a full elf?
That's right.
So he doesn't actually get the 4 hours
You-
sleep.
No,
I don't know.
needs extra rest.
I've never seen Julian sleep before, so I'm only going on. Well,
He
I know
needs a full
Galvin.
rest.
okay.
He's a half
I
elf.
do sleep.
Anyways, if I get to sleep during first watch, I can literally keep watch the rest of the night.
We're saying 2 tents.
That sounds
And
good to me.
And 2 tents and forego the cover for the wagon.
Yes.
Cool.
Hold on. Where's my D&D 5e?
Poor
How
Penny
much-
upside down.
So how much for
I'll
the
figure it
tents?
out.
Both of them.
Tents are 2 gold each and weigh 20 pounds, so it's a total of 4 between the 5 of us.
Fuck, I'll
And
throw
we can
2 in.
keep the tents in the wagon, so.
Riot will buy 1 tent.
Nia will buy the other tent.
I'm just sort of juggling things as we go along. Did you guys figure out
No,
the
you're
price
fine.
of tents, or do you need it?
No, we bought 2 tents.
We bought 2 tents. Should that be put in the cart?
In the cart, yeah.
Yeah, because they're 20 pounds each. I don't think you want
Question.
to carry those in your
Who's
bags.
going to keep a cart list?
Usually, Tom, don't you usually create an extra one
I
here
can
for
make a
this?
handout that you can always all can edit at the same time, and that can be like your sort of space for inventory. Let's call it like cart inventory, and then it's in everybody's journal, and everybody can edit it, and you guys can. There you go. It's on top of your journal. Yep. I'll edit it in between sessions. I don't edit things live because honestly, inventory should be your thing to manage. I just usually just verify, but that's good to go. I'm guessing you guys have the feed. Now, one thing about the mule, Penny, is that if anybody ever wants to ride her, you'll have to buy bridle bit and saddle as well. Mules not really being riding mounts more than they are. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a animal of burden. Still is rideable. You just need like a saddle. Otherwise, you're harming the animal a little bit. Just putting that out there now.
Yeah. Julian, what was the how much fee did we get for 1 gold? How many days
I
worth?
added it already.
Oh, you did.
I did.
I put the tents and the feed in the cart.
20 days of feed. Okay. Other than just like small personal stuff like suntan
I mean, if
lotion
you have a
and
cart. Fuck it. I'm putting my backpack on there.
well, yeah, we can
Yeah.
all put our shit on.
Yep.
I don't need to carry this anymore.
Just make sure that you separate what's in your backpack and what's on your person. You can do that by just having the backpacks act as a sort of header and then put everything under it. Because during combat, it does matter. You can't just have things teleporting into your hand. Other than that, we have rations for the road. Everybody said there.
How many rations do we think we
Rations,
need?
do we want? Yeah.
Fuck.
It's 5
I only
silver
have
pieces
5
per
worth.
day, for rations enough for a day. without a ranger making you gooseberries.
That would have been great.
And we're saying it's how many days to where we're going approximately?
12 by normal pace.
12 days. So
Yep.
yeah, need rations. 5.
How many rations did you say it was, Tom?
It's 5 silver pieces per day, so that'll be 6 gold pieces worth for 12 days per person.
How many rations is that?
Rations, 5 silver pieces will buy you enough for 1 day. So for 6 gold, you buy enough for 12
Okay.
per
How
person.
many rations is that?
That's
Well-
12 rations.
Okay, I'll go buy 2 more rations.
Cool.
Thank you.
Mind you, there's also what Ryan was suggesting, which is foraging for food and stuff that's also viable if you want to save on gold. It's just a matter of like, there's a very slight
to
off chance
have
you
and
find
not
nothing
need.
and don't eat for a day. Water is the most important thing, but I mean that's you guys can figure it out. Cool.
Can we take a barrel of water?
Yeah, to put in our wagon.
Yeah, just go find a barrel, guys.
A barrel of water.
I mean, you're
Get a
laughing,
barrel
but
and fill it with water.
it is an item.
We don't have anything.
A barrel is quite a hefty thing, but it can hold 40 gallons of water. I'll have to look under food and drink real quick to.
That's gonna be super heavy. Have you guys ever carried gallons of water before?
It's a good thing we have
Or
a beast of
insane.
burden.
It's a good thing you have a piece of bird that can carry like 400 pounds of shit. It's just that keep in mind, like, yeah. Now it's not like because I think it's just saying that's what it weighs when it's full, 70 pounds. It's not like a barrel empty weighs 70 fucking pounds, is it?
Oh god, gee, what is it made out of? Fucking like,
Titanium, right? That's what I'm thinking. So under food and drink, that'll be just under my quick reference that I can lightning quick look up. Quick reference in food and drink. How much does a character need per day? Was it? I know it was super realistic, but we're playing games, so who cares? A character needs 1 pound of food per day and can make food last longer by subsiding on half rations. I'm gonna say fucking 1 barrel is gonna be enough for a lot of you. It's fine. You guys have like oases on the road. Don't worry about it. That's so micromanaging at that point.
40, yeah, because it's like the average person probably doesn't even drink like a liter of water.
You guys can ration. Yeah. I'm just glad you guys are like thinking about it. Fair enough. Done. Anything
Let's have our barrel.
Anything adventure gear wise you guys want to buy last minute before you head out?
I can't afford adventuring gear.
Probably fair.
Alright, barrel of water we have.
What did
Cool.
it cost?
Everything. Barrel of water.
3.
Let me open up the. It's 2 gold pieces.
Oh my god. I'll put 1 gold
That's
piece
cheap.
in.
Level 4. Level 4. Sorry, I don't have dragon hordes for you yet.
Hey, what does Elijah have? Like, doesn't he have enough to spare?
He ain't feeding 5 of you.
No, not the 5 of us.
You want to check out what he has?
No.
You gotta meet up with him, right?
Yeah.
By the way, Gavin, where are we escorting Elijah?
I'm spending all our money on this bullshit. Just to fast track through this. God damn it.
Well, you want to live?
I fucking teleport there.
Life is expensive. So, yeah, anyway, Hunter, where are we going with Elijah? Asks your pardon me.
Elijah, are you ready to go?
Meeting up with Elijah and not answering Julian's question, you see the following. You see a wagon with like this beige canvas roofing that seems to be packed and awaiting departure. You see several rats darting in and out from beneath the canvas, and there's this reek of rotting fish and manure emanating from it, just keeping most denizens away, a good distance away from this cart. Harnessed to Elijah's wagon is this what looks to be like a giant dung beetle. Reined and harnessed to the cart, and Elijah just sort of sits at the head of this wagon at the head seat, feet spread in the air, sort of waggling back and forth. And he goes to her and says, "Well, hey! Took your sweet time, didn't you? Well, come. From the look of the card, doesn't look like if he doesn't look like he's packed for a whole group. So it's a good thing that you packed for yourselves as well." "Well, these must be your friends. I'm Elijah. Pleasure."
Hey, Elijah, how you doing?
"It's good seeing you again. I'm making it by, more or less.
As we all are.
Business as usual. Well, I see you're all armed and ready to go. Keep me safe. There'll be a coin in it for ya. I'm ready to go when you are, me and Dot. Although, you there, fella, Galvin, was it? Look a little bit bare. What, couldn't find your quarry, could you?"
No, pretty sure I saw it. Didn't have a opportunity to get my hands on it.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Surely.
Luckily for you, you got me on a good day, with a good mood. And besides that, I don't want to die. Because if you die, then, well, that's one less guard for me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me just see. And he rummages in like the rotting fish and manure, and he fetches a familiar looking like leather vest. And he's like, "Nah, wasn't quite my size. You can have it back."
Oh,
Tosses
thank you.
towards you.
I let it hit the ground.
Does it smell?
Oh yeah.
Riot, could you do the bubble thing with this?
Do the bubble thing?
Yeah, press the digitation.
Sure, I can try.
That's a damn fine, mighty word.
He'll cast prestidigitation and clean it up.
Cleaning up the soil off it flicks off and sort of diffuses into the air. Still has a slight reek to it, but not as bad as before.
It'll have to do.
He will also cast prestidigitation again and make a flower scent around the cart, like a nice flowery smell.
Oh, this reminds me of home back in the Shire. It's nice. Although, the stench effect was on purpose between you and I. He sort of does this thing where he whispers like from the side of his mouth. You see, sometimes you gotta be overt to be covert. But I appreciate it nonetheless. I'm ready to go, if you are. And he just hops onto his cart. Ready to go.
Julian will whisper to Riot. He's like hiding in plain sight. Don't mess too much with his appearance.
Riot is going to stay next to Julian for now because he wants to ask him a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So Riot sidles up to Julian and says, Julian, when I was in the inn, I saw, like, he's right next to him, so Elijah can't hear it, and if anybody's around him, he's like whispering almost to him, so no issue.
Sure.
So I saw Irvin pass a goblin a pack of coin. It sounded so jingly. But then I saw something like milky white in a small little vial, and it had that like interesting like texture along the wall. It looked like it was from a snake. It was from what is it? A ridge viper, but I don't know what kind of poison they have, or what they might have venom inside them. Do you know?
I'd say I do. Not at the top. Give me a moment while I think about it. Ridge viper venom.
Thinking about it, go and roll me. That would be like a nature check.
Oh wow!
You'd have
18.
about as much. Cool. Indeed, a venomous species that is found throughout the Grohas wastes and deserts, maybe along the mountainous regions bordering the Empire as well. The effects of the poison are, well, of course, harmful to one's system, especially when one doesn't get an anti-venom in time. They're also a paralytic. meaning that they make your muscles seize and make breathing hard. If you are exposed to it for a prolonged time, you can even suffocate to death.
Oh, that's scary. Irvin got that from the goblin lady at the tavern. Next time, should we try getting you some of that stuff or something, or maybe find a snake for you to milk?
I'll think
Yeah,
about
Julian. Yeah, Julian, do you want to milk a snake next time?
it. Not interested in milking any snakes.
That is what Ryan said.
I don't know if we could afford to buy. I don't know if I could afford to buy such a poison, but it is interesting to know that the goblin working at our inn has such connections. Thank you for letting me know.
No problem. By the way, Irvin's fantastic. He can hold his liquor better than I can hold my pies.
Be careful around him.
He seems like a charming fellow, but he seems like he might have some pain behind his eyes. But it's hard to say. Everyone's got different backgrounds.
He didn't feel comfortable with his family, so he left and found a new family and home. And then he met our Iowan, the group. So he found another home now, and I'm very happy he feels at home. I just hope, like he said, that they like him as much as he likes them.
Well, surely the quintet keeps him around, so he must be proving his worth to them.
He says that's going to be Bazoxan for him. That's where he'll prove himself, he was told, or he said.
Yeah.
There was a moment where he said that they looked down on him. So who knows how things are going for him there.
Well,
Hopefully things get better. But be careful around him. There was something he said the last time we were with them. I'm worried about it.
Well, he does seem to like his liquor, his drink. So I mean,
He also has he's a little smitten with Galsariad too, so maybe be careful with those two.
Okay.
well, Galsaria just needs a lesson in humbling, but he's not the worst.
If he's ever split off and he's unconscious, can I punch him?
I'll say that I never saw anything, or claim
Fantastic.
to know. But other than that, we have everything that we need. There shouldn't be much else. Fuck, I can't think of anything else.
Well then, guys, shall we get going?
Yes.
The other one?
You turn to see where Eli is at. He seems to be chewing on something, and when he goes to turn to his side, he spits out this glob of reddish phlegm and like a chunk of something on the ground, and he just goes, right, here we go. Yep, let's go, Dot. And he lashes his mount, and you guys set off on your way. As you maneuver out of Jigao, you can already feel the sensation of the exposed weather beyond. Before you, the road stretches onward across a desolate expanse of sand and rock. In the distance, the mountain range paints the horizon as dark shades of black and purple, like bruise stark against the otherwise pallid skies. The way forward will take you through a land torn by the calamity. Its wounds still evident to this day. You see cracked soil acts as the surface to innumerable plateaus, separated by narrow gorges that are nearly like 100 feet deep, giving the stretch of wasteland before you a dry, almost bread crust-like feel. The air is hot, dry, parching. Already you're beginning to take into your supply of water. Hour after hour, you check your map for progress. Who among you leads the expedition? Sort of map in hand. It's going to be like one of you or a couple of you helping each other, or the group doing a group check altogether if you want to be all in on this. Mind you, whoever's
Elijah
navigating.
doesn't know where he's going.
I was about
Sure.
to say that. Does Elijah know?
Well, Elijah can. It's an open road. It's not like he has GPS, right? It's all about navigating, comparing the map to landmarks, sort of like taking a hike out in the woods. You might know your destination and you know the landmarks to recognize along the way, but you got to keep seeing that you're still on the path. And the road ahead seems to disappear into sands and reappear later down. Sort of, it's not well maintained. It's not like a paved stone road, at least for this section.
I was just thinking because he spent the most time in Jigao, perhaps, out of any of us, like however long he's been there, that he might have an idea, but if he doesn't, then... Yeah,
Sure, no. If you want to help Elijah, go ahead. You rule, I'll rule his check as well, and I'll just take the better of two, or rule his with advantage if you want to trust him. But he's more like a city, village dweller, not so much of an adventuring traveler like you are. That's sort of why he hired you for. Protection and to get him there, right?
Gotcha.
Well, whoever
Nia,
feels
can
like
you
they're
help?
proficient. She said in
Nia,
chat
I
she'd
trust
be
you
right
to read the
back.
map. Oh. Wait,
Hello?
Nia, I trust you to read the map. Can you sort of guide us?
Sorry, what was that?
I trust you to read a map. Can you guide us?
Sure.
Nia, then, go ahead and roll me a survival check. That'll be sort of to compare the map to the surroundings throughout the landmarks and keep to the right path. At certain points, the road begins to sort of diverge into separate directions. It's almost as if somebody was treading this path and then took their own trailblaze and left two roads in their wake. Before you, the road splits to the right and to the left, heading south, but in slightly different angles. One is sort of rising toward the mountainside, the other one heading through what you see is toward like a bridge that crosses one of the gorges here. The map just shows a road. It doesn't really show the split. Which way would you like to go?
Can I try taking... never mind.
What would you like to do? All of you.
Well, as I see, like, Nia stops at the split, and she's, like, staring at the map, maybe, and then, like, looking at the split, I'll, like, peek over her shoulder at the map, be like, I'm not sure which way to go.
Oh, I'm not. And unfortunately, it seems to be eluding me which would be the best path.
Maybe there's, like, pictures of it that can help us?
Well, one goes to the mountains, one goes to a bridge.
That reminds me, Elijah, I asked Galvin, but he didn't answer. Where are we escorting you to?
You see Elijah sort of leans back, and thinks a moment. Are you familiar with the snake folk of Grohas?
No, I am not.
I have a contact down in the Verdant Loop, a common point of divergence between traders. There, a certain individual awaits me. His name, Kathent Probaka.
Spell that.
Kethend? Kethendpropakha.
Wow.
That is the closest we have ever come to understanding each other language to language, and I do believe that is how he says his name.
Wow.
Alas, our language connection is not as good as our business connection. I have here some goods for him, he has some goods for me.
Business sounds good.
Kind of takes a look around. He's what you would call a black market vendor.
Mm-hmm. I caught that. Can I try and help Nia reading the map?
Sure, go ahead. Roll me a survival check to see if you notice anything else around.
I would say the path leading to a bridge must mean there's possibly water running with it, so that might help us a little bit. Guide. Mountains can always be hard to traverse, rockier. We only have just a flimsy cart. Might be safer to take the gorge way.
Sound
Probably.
reasoning.
Bridge does also sound like an opportunity to fall to our depths. So
Riot's looking over at Julian and Naya. Does he look? Do they look like they're having issues with the map? Because he is an Outlander and he has looked at maps before.
Seems like it, yeah.
Riot's gonna walk up and offer his help. I'll help you guys.
Now, because we don't want us to cruise on top of rolls, do you do anything different from what they've done before?
Riot will look for landmarks on the map, like things that will actually pop out near given locations to actually keep them on the right path.
Okay.
And he'll also use his claws to try to like walk towards to see the best path and the safest path.
Not near you, but you do spot certain spots on the map, these cracks here and there, that sort of look like the gorge you see in the distance. But judging by the fact that the map does not mark one right next to you guys, maybe this is something that was formed recently. And now, sort of, as you look toward the distance and use your outlandish sort of senses, you see that the bridge is only halfway through construction. Only more confirming that this is perhaps something more recent. Either halfway under construction or it was there before and somebody just blew half of it up.
You might need to be careful on that bridge. Either it didn't get fully finished or somebody decided to go chop skis on it.
let's not cross the bridge. You know, bridge sounds like a bad time. Let's take the other path. Let's.
You have a fear of water or something, Julian?
I think going
I
across.
do
the
not
bridge
want to
sounds
step in water again. Nothing you can do can make me step in water.
Paul was laughing.
I will push you in water and I'll walk the other direction. No water. He's looking at Melina with like absolute terror in his face.
Boy, howdy, do I have some bad news for you.
I don't know what it is,
Anyways.
but it's just the word bridge made me feel nervous. Let's go the other way.
Maybe I missed something though, but what's the Maroon Quintet doing? Are they with us or were they just like fucking off and doing their own shit?
You did not go with them.
Yeah, but
you-
did they
you
say
s-
what they were doing? 'Cause I may have missed that because I was gone a little bit last session.
Last time you've heard, AO was pretty predominant on beating you guys to Pizzoxen and pursuing this as sort of their own adventure as well. But you last sort of separated ways in the inn, and you guys went off to buy different things. And when you returned to the inn, if you were to pick up your stuff, you're not there anymore. And then you met up with Elia, and they probably either went ahead or are behind you guys. You're not sure, but they're heading the same way as you guys.
They don't know what they're getting into.
Well, nor do we really.
They're gonna steal our damn loot.
How much
Watch
we gotta
this.
do? As
Watch
for
this about
Elijah,
loot. This is Elijah.
Ancient artifacts and demon heads.
Gavin,
Speaking of demon heads, Elijah, do you happen to have any on you?
Do I happen to have any demon heads on me? No, only I'm just a humble procurer of
Oh,
rotten fish and shit.
I mean, they happen to be worth a platinum piece right now, so if we had any, I'd be willing to give you half.
Do I look like I can handle any demon? That's what I have you for.
You don't need to handle a demon to get its head, Elijah. Come now.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're speaking that
Right.
gobbledygook and he just spits on the road at more of that red gunky shit that he's chewing on.
Anywho,
Tom, Ryan's gonna jump on the back of Elijah's cart and sit right next to the fish.
It doesn't smell pleasant at all. It seems that once your spell has sort of begun to wear away because prestidigitation only lasts for like an hour or so, it's almost like a mask glazing whatever's inside to just deter anybody else. Even if you're a fan of fish, it's like sitting next to garbage.
Okay, he's just gonna constantly cast prestidigitation constantly as they travel, making it smell good.
Riot,
Sure.
Riot, what are
Sure.
you doing? Why are you messing with my man's fish?
I like fish.
You got you there, Julian. Anyways,
One
I
second.
guess we're going around the ravine then. I don't think the carts are gonna make it through.
Well, we're losing daylight, so if the bridge is out, we only have one other way.
Around
Right,
we go.
let's go.
Okay. Sorry, somebody was knocking on my door again.
We're taking the route of the mountain pass or whatever.
Fair enough. Opting not to go with the bridge, you take the mountain pass, and over the next half an hour or so, you see the road returns, paved again. Seem to have made the right call here. As you do so, you maneuver another 4-5 hours. I'm just reading here. What did I roll here?
And then a dragon!
You pass
My
by
thoughts are keeping an eye
what
out.
looks to be like a crumbling ruin of some ancient structure, now reduced to a dark grey rubble. You see pillars of naturally formed rock, like hoodoos, dot the landscape. You spot like a desert eagle nesting atop one of these stone formations. Another mile, you come across what looks to be dried bones of some bovine creature, approximately 8 feet head to tail, with these large horns that curve along its back. There are scavenging animals that have stripped it to nothing but bleached remains. And you look around, you can tell by the sky, you have approximately 3 to 5 hours before sunset at this point. And let me see here. Okay. In the distance, you see like a domed formation, almost like an igloo-like shape in the sand. It is about half a mile away from you, but even from this distance, you can see what it is.
And it's like an igloo shape?
Like an igloo shape, wide, a little bit oval even, and it's upon the sands, and the road just sort of bypasses around it.
Should we go there for shelter? Because it looks like we're losing light, and we do need to hunt or scavenge.
Sure.
I mean, it wouldn't
Go
hurt.
there. I'm curious to check it out.
Sure. As you continue your approach, you can see it in higher sort of definition. You perceive more of it. It looks to be in need of shelter of some sort, abandoned by the looks of it. You don't see anybody around. The hollow remains of a horizon-back tortoise, just a shell. A little bit of a skeleton on either end.
Hmm. Well, it's got
Dark
shelter.
inside the shell.
Was that
Riot's
right?
going to go up first
Sure.
to peer inside.
Scouting ahead of the party will gain a little bit of distance. You carefully step inside. It is abandoned. The inside of the shell is carved with various like wall drawings and patterns stretching from a central point in a radial formation outwards. And because you've just looked at a map, you can recognize some of the patterns on it, as if this is some sort of a tribal version of a map. You can see the river Eiffelon in a wavy shape, and a few circles and triangles sort of marking mountain formations or oases throughout.
Does
Within
this
the
look really old?
you're not sure about the age, except for maybe where it was chiseled into the shell. No like natural growth or wear over the ages has taken over place yet. Plus, these bone remains would probably crumble to dust over the course of 10-20 years. So
Okay.
it's more or less recent.
Okay. Sorry, you
You
can
s-
continue. I'm sorry.
There's like, you look around too, like within the shell, you see it like a doused fire pit, and the ash, it's fresh.
I was
Maybe
just about to ask that.
no more than like a day old. But like cool to the touch, but like fresh ash.
Does Riot see any footprints?
Roll me an
Like
investigation check.
leading investigation.
Yeah.
Those footprints ogre size?
7.
No ogre-sized footprints. There are footprints. There seem to be humanoid size. You can't tell the number though, because they've sort of treaded all over the inside of this place and heading in and out, maybe on like patrols of watch, to the point where it's just a treaded path of footprints. No way to distinctly tell which one is unique.
Before anybody enters, does Riot see anything shiny?
With a 7 investigation check, unfortunately, no. Seems to be that whoever was camped here has picked up everything behind them, not leaving any shiny behind, unfortunately.
Okay. Riot will turn around and walk back out of the shell and be like, "It's safe. It looks like there's maps on the wall. It looks like humans were here maybe about a day ago, but they're gone. I don't know how many though. It's safe for us to go in here."
But there's maps on the wall?
Yeah, like it looks like cave drawings of some sort. It looks like it's like a version of our map, but a little older.
I will go inside and inspect it.
Inspecting the carvings and such? Oh, I'm gonna say it's also an investigation check for you then. Amid the different symbols, you see there's also writing in what looks to be Orcish script. Sharp, jagged, in the way it was chiseled, sort of labeling certain locations and destinations throughout. And with a 16, I'm going to say that you can tell that this was not done by tools, but rather claws. Seems too rough for chisel work.
Does anyone?
Does it look like they're going anywhere specific?
Language?
There's no charted path on this map. Just seems to mark the location where you are at with this crossed X, jagged, and you can tell just sort of triangulating how close it is to an actual river and how close it is to the shore line. There's a mountains nearby. You're not sure if they were headed in any direction. Just seems to be like a general guide for these people.
When I look around, do I see any remains?
Maybe like buried under some of the ash and the sand near a fire pit, like bone remains from a meal, but no corpse. If that's what you're looking for.
Great. I don't speak Orcish. I know Goblin, but didn't bother.
Well, I know me and Nia at the Library of the Cobalt Soul taught us how to decipher some of these languages. It would take about 10 minutes time for me. So I can figure it out, or if Nia has a possible better way.
It's more. I do have a spell that would help. However, it won't help us decode any secret messages or anything. I would just be able to read the text.
Yeah, that's all I could do too. I may have misspoke.
Go for it.
That
And
would be kind of like the idea of it.
Now you said it was a ritual spell?
This is not a ritual spell.
I thought it was. Never mind. I might be wrong. I'm not at my sheet right now.
Okay.
I was in the kitchen.
If either one of you guys want to use resources to cast a spell, you may.
Wait, comprehend language, I think, is a ritual.
Wizards,
Says
I think, can do it as ritual.
Yeah, I can, I think. Yeah, for me, it's a ritual.
We should let Melina do it. And while she's doing the ritual, we need a hunting party and gathering party. We need to find some food.
Unfortunately, Nia is not particularly good at scavenging.
I'll help
I'm
you
not
out,
Right? I got my bow ready.
Okay. With the casting of a spell, ritual, it takes you about 10 minutes to set it up. Actually concentrate on it and feel the almost tribal drumming enter your soul as you get in rhythm with the language and read it in its phonetic than getting its meaning. The Orcish tongue is not that of Jigao or any other civilized society. It seems to be more of a roving party that was here. The people call themselves the Tanaruk, which in their tongue means the wolf pelted or something along the lines of. Orcs who seem to have survived on these wastes. The various locations marked on the map you can see is Jigao, there's Urjan, the path which you walk, the Emerald Loop, the Hollowed Path, the barbed fields beyond. There is a path that they seem to have made themselves called the Honor Walk Road that sort of treads the other side of the Ifallen River toward a city of beasts and a vermilion forest. The trees there in color of red. I'm gonna say, for the sake of navigating forth around this area, you will have a sort of advantage going forward, using the various native located landmarks throughout. They seem to speak of a place a few miles ahead of you up the southern road, Melora's Spring, which in their language is able to contain both drinkable water and hostile plant life. So, life and death sort of holding hand in hand. And their caves are located along this ridge, like this whole mountainside ridge. It's sort of like their home, but they sometimes go out in the ways to hunt and such.
Can you ping it again? I was looking down, doing notes.
The area's
right there.
northwest of Bezozan.
Okay.
Who's holding the map currently?
The party.
Oh, the party. Rya's just gonna speak to Melina and be like, if you think you can mark down on the map any extra things that you see on the wall, that might help us to have like a better advantage, like traveling through these wastes.
Aren't we hunting while Melina's casting the spell and reading it?
Oh yeah, sorry, forgot.
Yeah.
My bad. He'll say that when he gets
Don't worry.
back.
Nia provides Melina with a quill and ink to add additional markers to the map as she gains knowledge from the walls.
You know that one of the letters used in the naming of their people is shaped. What you thought was like a U is actually like almost like a dagger point. And at the very center of the symbol, and you look at it, it's an eye, crying blood. Roll me a history check. Actually, religion.
Religion? Okay.
You seem to recall having seen this symbol before. I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, 17 does it. The U in the word Tanaruk is very oval shaped and seems to be akin to this symbol I'm showing you now. The symbol of Grumsh, the betrayer god, also known as the Ruiner. The commander of barbaric hordes and marauders who typically destroy and pillage and slaughter just for the sheer joy of it. This tribe seems to really associate themselves with this betrayer god. Orderless and without honor or creed other than that of evil horde masters or other such savagery.
Speaking to Nia, I would probably just say, like, it seems like the Aurora Watch needs to keep Bazozan in check, but it also needs to keep their own countrymen, and having the people of the betrayer gods run around here is something that I can't imagine that would happen in the Empire.
I can also not really necessarily imagine that the Aurora Watch would spend much time in such rugged terrain of the mountains. They probably just spend most of their time maintaining the paths, the trade paths.
Yeah, in other words, we're probably just looking for brigands along the way. But I feel like everyone can hold their own, so hopefully we'll just have to be a little extra vigilant on our way. But and just inspecting, the icon a little bit more, and just make a little, like, couple notes here and there on some of the ink that was provided for me. Just, you know,
You
marauder
s-
bandits, possibly. You know.
Yeah. Below the symbol of their home and along sort of the entire bottom of the shell, slightly buried beneath sand, so you have to kick it aside a little bit, you can see almost like a prayer written out in this Orish language. Something along the lines of a commandment. Ruin, conquer, kill. The weak exist to be crushed by the strong. Thereby I am the strong. There are no emotions, but fury and joy. The rest are weakness. And just keeps on going in these commandments along the walls.
Well, I already feel a little uneasy being here, but we can't get caught out in the cold desert air.
True.
And somewhere in the open. At least we have a little bit of a defense here. But hopefully they bring back some food, and I guess in the meantime we should kind of settle ourselves in.
Okay.
Agreed.
In the meantime, the rest of the party, they're foraging and hunting and stuff. Go ahead, those of you involved, roll me a collective, this will be survival, to forage, to see what you are capable of finding.
Come on, Dice God.
Bows and blaze out.
Oh,
I
okay,
got a
help.
2.
Oh, we get advantage?
No, I
Just
I
a
got a 1.
normal
Sorry.
roll from all of you guys.
Advantage
Okay.
was on by accident.
Survival.
I think he tripped over his shoes.
So,
Calvin got some sand in his eyes.
Julian, you have to help Calvin a little bit out here on this scouting out. In the distance, you spot dust, like a trail of it rising from the ground up, and you sort of follow where the cone reduces to the source. And you see several shapes about a quarter mile approaching you guys in a sort of stampede. Maybe 24 riders. But as they get closer, you see they are in fact... see if you recognize this animal. Roll me a nature check, Julian. And Riot, because I would imagine that if you guys are working together as a party, one would point out the other. Julian, you're not sure what sort of animal this is, but what you thought was a rider is actually their horns carved to the back to almost make it look like somebody is mounted on top of them. Riot, you also, not something that is from your land or from distant shores of the Clovis Concord, but you do see what it looks like.
Buck?
I have a retarded vision sight. I can
It is
see up
still
to
it is still
120 feet.
daylight. You can see just fine. It's not sun doesn't set just yet.
Okay.
You guys have been only traveling for so long, but it's about 24 of these beast animals. Bulls at the head with the calves and the smaller of them towards sort of the center of the horde, with bulls surround the horde, and they're sort of stampeding in your direction, maybe a quarter mile past where the shell is.
Get the fuck out of the way. Move.
Riot quickly looks at Julie and be like, "Do you have ball bearings?"
No, I do not.
That's too bad, because if we tossed a bunch of ball bearings, we could have actually just screwed them up and had them fall down and then attack them. Or pick a few
I don't know
off.
if I want to fight a horde of...
Well, pick a few off. Aren't you strong?
Maybe, like, one. Maybe we can pick off, like, one from the back. I don't want to fight the whole
There-
horde of them. Just
From
pass
from
me
their
now and
size,
then.
though,
I have a...
would we think one would be good?
One will be good for like
They're
meat on the
big.
road. Oh hell yeah! Like from
Right.
as they approach now closer, an 1/8 mile like towards you guys. You guys are maybe standing on a bit of a rise and see them kind of stampede past. They're like buffalo sized.
Like a buffalo
Okay.
goat.
We need to maybe get one of these.
Yeah,
There are
just,
few-
like, move out of its way so it's not stampeding us, and then, like, just as it's about to pass, we'll fire at, the one in...
Okay, so that's
Sounds
going to be
good.
what we do. Yeah.
Let's get, like, 60 feet away from them.
Okay, so sort of running ahead and trying to hide behind like a low rock or something to intercept them 60 feet as they pass on by. You then feel the ground begin to absolutely shake as the first wave of them stampedes past, and you look around and you see there's maybe 30 of them, calves in the middle, and it's sort of they grow larger in size toward the edges of it, with the bulls toward the sides protect the herd. What's the plan here? You guys are gonna like unify a single attack against like a single target?
Yeah, closer to the back of the pack, so we
Okay.
don't have them all turn to us.
Fair enough. So pick an attack. You all are gonna go in the same round as they're pretty much treading past. Pick an attack, and I'll just commute it to hit and the damage to see if you manage that one.
Ready.
We'll roll when we're ready.
Who's rolling?
I'll
Whoever is attacking along with the rest of the hunting group.
Okay.
Riot's gonna hold on to his
I'll,
attack for the last.
Sure.
I'll curse it first, and then I'll shoot my short bow at it.
Okay. You concentrate on the power for a moment. These psychic translucent tentacles wrap around your hand, and like a single eye opens on your palm and it vanishes as the curse shoots forth. As you draw your bow and fire it, 20 hits for 8 piercing damage. And it hits on its side along the hindquarters, and you can begin to see it like sort of limping. Then Galvin goes ahead for a second shot, and it just whizzes by as you offshoot maybe like an inch too late and just grazes fur. And then Riot, what do you follow
Riot
up with?
is going to use Eldritch Blast because that's all he has.
Fair enough. You charge up that verdant energy, that Feywild almost diamond rainbow like energy, and you fuse it together, shoot forth 16 hits. Actually, longbow also hits, so I just looked at the wrong AC here. 12 hits, 7, 8. Go ahead and roll damage with Eldritch Blast, and 7, 8. You might just be able to do this.
Roll 9.
9? For a total of 24 damage. You bloody the beast, and it begins to slow to like a grueling, like, not so much of a sprint, but a slow gallop. And you guys, in order to not get caught by the bulls, do you go back to hide, or do you like double down it and just finish it off?
Mm,
I guess we can double down.
Yeah, we'll hide again.
Or hide, yeah.
Hide? Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
oh shit. I'm at disadvantage for that.
It's gonna be a group stealth check, it's fine, so maybe your group can help you with that.
Not 10.
2 of you have to succeed against his passive perception of 11, so you're good to go. Right, you just kind of linger there, kind of sort of excited in the moment, like, yeah, hit it! And like, Galvin and Julian have to like pull you, like, fucking get down, fool. As some of the bulls then turn around to sort of glance around to see if this animal needs help. And you see 2 of the bulls begin to like circle around it, come to a stop. The rest of the herd like keeps on going. So now you have like 3 of these sort of lingering in the back. 2 circling to one who has at this point sort of like begun to lay down onto its side, like mortally injured.
I'll
just
whisper
gotta wait
to
for the
Galvin and
damage.
Riot. It's like, let's wait until the rest of the herd gets too far away, and then we'll take out the 3 of them.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan.
You
if
give
anybody
it.
gets hurt, I can heal them. Just to make sure I don't go down. Riot looks at Lucian because he knows he has the health potion.
Mhm.
Right.
You guys give it like 5-7 minutes. At this point, the 2 bulls have begun to sort of approach the wounded one and sort of give it a little get up sort of motion with the horns. It is not getting up. It is bloodied, injured. You seem to have wrecked its leg, but they're sticking around. The rest of the herd trample off, not leaving nothing but a cloud of dust behind them.
Okay.
Alright, let's go. And
Alright,
I will-
gentlemen, surprise attack.
We'll attack the ones that are not down. Let's
Okay.
all focus 1.
Sorry.
Sounds good.
With
I'll,
those,
stand back up.
How much meat are you guys planning on like keeping
All
with
of
these?
it.
That
Yeah,
shit's gonna
like,
spoil.
More than enough.
No, Riot.
It's the size of a buffalo.
Look,
so
dude.
we're just trying to kill them so that we can get at least 1. And also, Riot wants a horn.
Okay, so
Dude, kill one.
if
You don't
it's
need
all-
to kill all three.
They're
Well,
guarding.
we can't leave two of them
I mean-
alive
I
and
mean,
like
we-
drag
we-
back the
we-
and just drag back
we
like the
could just
one.
wait
The other
for
two are
it
gonna
to
attack
die.
us.
and then
Let's
they'll
try to
probably
wait.
leave.
Let's try to wait. Let's wait it out a little bit longer and see if they leave. And if they don't leave, we'll have to fight.
Okay,
All right. We'll give it 15 minutes, maybe 30.
you give it 15, 30 minutes. At this point, you kind of begin to see that as the sun continues on to trek across the sky and the hours approach maybe 3 hours before sunset, you see it from the other side, these wickedly dark clouds of deep, like green, just sort of
Okay.
crest from the water side across the mountains and begin steadily approaching towards you guys. You can see sort of like beneath those green clouds, like the shadow cast like an umbral darkness across the mountain range. Clouds are like miles off, but they are approaching. You guys give it another 30 like minutes. Two bulls don't leave.
We're gonna have to fight,
Alright.
guys.
Let me.
I will stand up and I will shoot. I'll tell everyone like we gotta fight them. Stand up and shoot an arrow at one
Now,
of the
because
Pokeballs.
this is D&D, and at this point your spellcaster has completed the complaint language, sort of syncing up the time there. You have the option of doing this all together. You don't have to do this alone.
Yeah, we're gonna. Wait, how close are they?
You're viewing them from about maybe a quarter mile off. Well, let me actually make sure because I'm not American, so quarter mile to feet. Okay, so like an eighth mile away. So that will be about 600 feet.
Oh fuck! None of us have an ability to get there that fast.
He's giving us the option that after they were waiting that long, that Melina and I could go looking for them because we would have already finished the ritual.
Okay,
The ritual take 1 minute or 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Either
But
way,
do
I
we-
guess. Either way, I guess we've been waiting for 15.
So do you guys choose?
So in the
to
meantime, while
come
they were
to
doing
us?
their stuff, Melina and I could go over some details and kind of be like, what is taking them so long?
Is it okay? Do
So
you think we should leave Elias by himself? Or Elijah, sorry.
No, please don't leave my man alone.
True.
Cool, I'll stay here then.
Melina, you have a bit of more fighter power than I do. You want to go and check on them
Yeah.
now?
Go take a gander. No, I said yeah, I can.
Oh, okay.
I'm just checking my math here. Yeah, it's 24 miles. Okay, so you guys traveled for 3 miles, 5, 15 miles. Okay, I'm just doing fucking... Okay. Cool. I don't have a map for this because I'm improvising, but it doesn't really matter. Rejoining together, I'm going to give you guys 1 round to essentially get the surprise on these creatures who are just sort of keeping vigil. If you succeed, another group stealth check with all of you now, guys, sort of together. Failing that, I'll just roll initiative.
And
But-
before Melina left, Nia gave her some bardic inspiration, just in case, for some
I'll take it.
good measure.
Okay.
/R1d6.
Remember, Melina, that if you use it for a spell, you get to use it on your damage instead of the roll.
Oh, right. Damage. Hold on. Maybe I'm not following. Why are we killing 3?
Because they're not leaving
One's
and we
down.
need meat.
Because
Well, then just go up to him and just be like, go spook them.
you think you can scare a
Do you-
buffalo?
I really
you?
don't think.
I don't
people
think we can
understand
scare
how
these
animals work.
things, and
We're
none
not
of us have
spooking a fucking bull. Anyways,
thaumaturgy either. I mean, I have a good
Melina,
intimidation,
go ahead and
but
try it.
for
I
both-
mean, like, who's stopping you?
Riot
Go
is
ahead and try it.
no, Riot just freaking got eaten by a shark, man. He's not getting trampled by a bull.
Oh, it's not my
fuck.
job to do this.
Oh god, Riot will actually look at the two as like, should we try scaring them off? But if we do that, we have no surprise round. We can't surprise them.
I'll take the
If
surprise
we-
round.
How about this? We all focus one, and maybe if we hurt the second one, maybe the 2 of them will leave. Injured.
There
You
go.
can use your
Good plan.
prestidigitation to make a big like sound or something.
Prestidigitation.
It's way too far away for me to cast that.
Anywho,
Sure, it's only good for
surprise round.
10 feet.
We're 60 feet away from them.
Yeah, it's too far. The only thing I have is Eldritch Blast to do this, and yeah, that's all we can do. Is we have to attack one. If we damage them, maybe they'll run. But I mean, one's down. Two of us with 2 hits, we killed one. 2 hits on another one, we kill it almost. Third one might run, or we get a bunch of horns.
Neat. So, did we pass the stealth check?
Did you
I
all
think
roll?
Melina's supposed to make a stealth check.
Sorry.
No, Julian made a stealth check. He's 14.
You can do whatever you wish to do. I'm just
Waiting for
matter of-
Melina.
Oh,
you fucking
Luna's
go.
there. Okay.
Out of surprise round, let's go.
All right, surprise round.
Just bear with me. I'm just showing my roll 20 because it was while you guys were discussing a plan. I was doing something on my end. Back here we go. What do we have there for? Do we have more than 3 people succeeding over an 11?
Yes.
Awesome.
Julian,
you guys get
Riot, and
one
Melina.
one action each, as essentially they're all surprised as you.
Okay.
Someone toggled advantage.
So I target one of the healthy ones for 10 damage.
Okay. Target this one, for example, for 23 to hit for a total of 10.
Oh, we don't have advantage when we're being
No, we
attacked.
don't.
Okay.
They
don't
they
have
just don't get to take their first turn round as you all sort of roll initiative.
16.
Gotcha.
16 hits, right?
16 hits.
I do 2 force damage to the same one Julian attacked.
Gotcha.
Oh, I need to roll initiative.
Yeah, you all can roll initiative whenever you're ready. And then we have Galvin. You pull on your bow, aiming for the one you already injured in the first round, or the one that everybody right now is hitting.
The one that everyone is hitting.
Okay. Concentrating your fire. Go ahead for another 7 piercing damage.
And
You're
then-
wounding it as well, as it takes it like right like beneath the eye. You can see like reeling back, huffing, and then like sort of falling onto its side and struggling to get back up. It's like bloodied.
And then I'm gonna shoot the same one with a ray of frost.
Okay, concentrating for your spell into a moat. You let it pass, and it does land, but sort of glazes over and sprinkles into like a shatter of ice on its side. Unfortunately, technically a miss. But that being said, I think that's all of you guys, yeah? Or is Nia
that's
doing
all of
anything?
us.
No, is Nia
Okay.
doing anything on a first round?
Nia's not there.
Nia stayed.
Okay, Nia stayed. In that case, everybody roll initiative, and it will begin from the top of round.
I'm gonna say that we're still 60 feet away from them.
You are at this point, yeah. You would be approaching within range of your spells, yes. And they're surprised, so.
Can you move me under Riot or the Bison? I have a 17 and I tie with them.
17? Yeah, for sure. So I have 4, and Hunter, I'm going to go ahead and roll your initiative there. Or did you already roll it? 6? Okay, I'll roll the same thing. Okay, cool. So we have then, top of the round, Julian.
I'm gonna just shoot the same one that I attacked last round.
Okay. Injuring the bigger of the two, 21 hits as you draw another arrow, let it loose for another 10. It's at this point taking the arrows and it's about to charge you.
I'm gonna move back 30 feet.
Okay, fair enough. It's kind of hard with a map, but I'll keep that in mind. 90. Right then.
Does the one that's really big, that's charging, look like he's almost dead?
It looks, yeah, you can see blood and injuries from your previous blasts against it and such.
Riot's gonna attack the same one because he's charging.
Fair enough.
Fuck, 10 miss.
it just kind of lowers its head, and you can see there's like a sort of a bony plate where its horns are coming from, and you hit that plate and just kind of rebounds off of it.
Riot's gonna pull out his shield and hold it in front of him right now.
All right, cool. Sort of like brace yourself in front of Julian, sort of thing, as Julian retreats.
Yep.
Alrighty then. That'll be its turn as it charges towards you, my guy. Since you are within mirror range, it's gonna go ahead and move towards you. You roll a natural 1. It passes by you, and you sort of bash it aside with your shield, and it just kind of loses balance and trips beside you.
Oh, due to Warcaster, if he's he's moved beside me. Never mind, he didn't move away. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say and he got prone too. Prone beside you. We have it in the middle now.
I'm going to use a Ray of Frost on the one that's hurt the most again.
Okay. The one with just prone itself is going to be a disadvantage because it's prone, and there's also the calf that was injured. Like, that was the first one that they would kind of concentrate fire on. The one that was being circled around, the calf. That one is standing up. They're both
This
injured.
one...
Yeah.
Yeah, this one has the most... Well, the one on the top has the most injury right now.
Yes.
I think. Alright, so I'm going to do that one. I'll shoot
Cool.
a... Chill touch at it. Or actually, no, excuse me, Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost.
Oh my god.
Roll again.
Again?
It's prone.
Oh, that's right.
That's fine.
14.
And 11 hits. As you shoot toward it at its lower mass, you hit it for how much damage?
6, and it has minus 10 feet of movement.
You can see Frost and Rime form around it as it begins to freeze and slow down, struggling to get back up. We have then the second one of the big ones charge forth. He has 19 here. Toward... which one of you would be sort of closer in this position, would you think? Melina staying toward the back and Galvin toward the front?
I'm backline.
Charging toward you, Riot. I'm just kind of placing people generally where they are. Charging toward you, Riot. It's going to go ahead and attempt a goring attack. Natural 1 again. You bash a second
Thank God.
one. Yeah.
This one, I'm gonna. If he runs up to me, I'm just gonna smack him on the head with my shield. Just bash
Yeah.
him.
He gets disoriented, not so much injured to the point where it falls, it still gets a little disoriented, and you can see like a steaming like puff coming from its nose. As Galvin, go ahead with your turn.
Cool. How close are they?
So we have the calf sort of like 60 feet away, and then 2 right beside Riot, which is about within walking range from you, like maybe 25 feet.
All right, I will drop my bow and draw my 2 swords and run up to the one that's prone.
Okay.
And,
Both are prone.
stab it.
This one's prone. Okay, go for the hit, first one, with advantage because it's prone. A 15 hits for 5, that's lethal.
Perfect. And then I'll scoot over to the next one and hit him with my offhand.
That's a natural 20 for a total of 11 damage. Big hit. You hit like a major artery, and you can see a spray of blood sort of trail behind it as it slows down its scoring charge and begins to turn around towards you.
Bring it.
2 attacks per turn, that's it.
Yes.
We have the calf, who is beginning to sort of run in the opposite direction. That's all it does on its turn. Julian.
Let it go.
Great for him. This one's still attacking?
Yep.
I will move up 30 feet, decide right. Attack it with my rapier. Actually, I can move 40 feet and I will flank it because I think I should be able to do that with 10
Yep.
feet.
Yep.
Then
Advantage.
that one.
Flanked advantage.
Didn't we say flanking was just +2?
It is +2. No, we did change that. Unfortunately, natural 1 then does not hit. Even though 10 does not hit, but yeah. Anything else on your turn?
I will use my bonus action to dash and move away from it.
Sure. Just for the sake of sanity, yeah. Moving away.
40 more feet.
Right.
So the one on the right of me is dead, so there's one prone on the ground that's still alive. And
Not
that's it.
prone, still alive though.
Oh, he's not prone. Okay.
Not prone. Got charged past you, bashed it, kind of dazed it, and then like Hunter followed up with 2 slashes to it.
Okay, so Riot will pull out his blade and he's going to cast Hexblade's Curse as a bonus action.
Okay.
Crap, you did something on my... I clicked the Hexblade Curse now. Yeah, because it's active.
Mm-hmm.
On the one that's still alive, and then I will make an attack with it.
Go for it.
This is going to be new.
Remember, you're holding a shield, so it's a one-handed attack.
Yes.
Go for it. A 12 hits for a total of 7 damage. Did not crit, but it is 7 damage. To follow up, then we have this one is dead. Do we have Melina?
All right. I'm gonna do actually just the same thing. Fuck. There's no way we're gonna carry all this much meat. So is it possible?
We
I
don't
would be
need to
able
carry
do...
all of it.
Yeah,
Riot.
but we don't even need to kill more than just one right now. It'd be kind of a shame to take more than.
Correct. So what
Yeah, but
would you do?
So I would just I'm just gonna do just non-lethal damage for Ray of Frost. Just try to not get cold.
Spells cannot
But
be
it's
non-lethal.
I didn't think so.
Melees can. I would even allow so much if you have a special arrow. Spells are they're lethal.
I
You
thought
could try
so.
intimidating it if you want. Like using spell work.
That's a good one.
It's just your intimidation check versus its charisma.
I got one question. Could if he wanted a thaumaturgy, could Riot just, if he wants to intimidate, could Riot help intimidate? Or no?
It would be possible if you guys were like right after each other in initiative.
Oh shit. Technically, I was
He can
before
still
him.
try though.
Oh.
Like he can still try.
Yeah.
Riot would be there bashing his shield against the thing after he attacked it. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
what I was more.
But
meaning.
what is
What do you
Melina
do?
doing?
Yep. I'm just gonna make my voice boom, change the color of my eyes, and put tremors under its feet. Just give myself like a dark, sinister presence, and just kind of mutter, just like foul incantations in Infernal.
Making yourself appear a little bit bigger with your voice and trying to intimidate. Go ahead and roll me intimidation with advantage because you're using spell work for that, and it's gonna be versus 1.
Nice. 20.
Big old gentle giants. It's terrified, frightened. Looks like it's about to
Get the
flee.
fuck out of here.
At this point, both buffaloes flees. If you want to guys call it as a group and just take the one,
Yep.
we can call it combat. Okay.
Yeah. Just I want to take the one.
Cool. We're not gonna trigger PETA.
Wait, didn't I
Peter.
kill the one that was prone?
Yes.
Yes.
So isn't there 2?
No, the calf ran away.
The calf began to run away, and the other one is now joining, sort of by its side, as they run toward the direction where the herd sort of went off, toward distance. Continues on running. I'm assuming you guys let him go, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's combat. You guys end up with this honking boy. Look at him. So beautiful. Anybody here from Drohas? No, you're all outsiders, aren't you?
Well, actually, wouldn't Julian
I'm
technically be
sure.
from Jorhat?
I am. Yeah, I am. I live
Aren't you from the Empire side because your whole deal with your parents? Go ahead and roll me.
I was-
Go ahead and roll me like a nature check. I'll just give you a chance to see if you recognize these animals. Now that you get a closer look at it. 12.
2.
That's a 2.
It's a 2. Melina rolled a 12.
Right, I
And
need to
that's
like I need to scroll up my chat. There it is. 2. Yeah, you have no idea. Fucking ox cows, some shit. They're bovine. They kind of look like the skeleton you saw before, but no idea what like any lore about these guys.
Julian's just confidently saying like it's a buffalo.
It's desert buffalo because that's their natural environment. Mhm.
Yeah.
Desert
Mhm.
buffalo.
You guys go ahead and drag that back to camp. At this point, it's about 3 hours, maybe less. You continue to see that approaching like sort of a storm of green, black clouds approaching from the sort of east area. But if you guys want to take time to prepare like a meal, at least some of it, and keep the rest of it will probably like last
Riot
a
has a bag
day
of
in the
salt.
sun. Hmm?
Riot has has a pound of salt in his sack, and what he's going to do is he's going to put some salt into it, and then
Cool.
whatever amount of meat he can actually hold in that sack, he's going to toss it in there with enough salt to cure it.
So you can hold a whole like 30 pounds of meat in that sack. If you want to mark it on your sheet, 30 pounds. That is not like nearly enough, like nearly using up the corpse before you.
No, I know. He wants to do that for meat that he can carry along with him, but he's also going to try to take a big horn and a little horn off of the bull,
Easily
and
done.
then he's going to he's going to start cooking some food.
Mhm.
And but I was going to ask you, when we were out looking for food, was there any like herbs, vegetation that looked like that could add to the meal? I know it's the wasteland, but I just
not around this area. Not
Okay.
You're nowhere near any fresh water. And unlike in Dragao, where you could find those blooming flowers around the church and the Elder Scepter area, it's like arid in here. No like wild growing spices around this area, unfortunately. If you guys wish to set up camp here with food, some food cured, you have shelter above your heads. Anybody is keeping watch for the night?
Riot will take first watch.
Okay. You only need like 2 watches,
Yeah.
and you can
I'm
help each
assuming
other. for
Gallivan
one.
is going to take the next one.
Your call.
Yeah, I'll do second watch.
Okay. Anybody helping Riot with first watch, as you are fed and meat cured, selling it for night.
I'll be up on the watch, but I'm not like actively watching. I'm just kind of passively, if that makes sense. Like I want to be studying the amulet, making notes, reading over stuff.
Okay.
Just kind of working into the night just a little
I'll
bit.
give you like disadvantage
That
on a
works.
perception check.
Sure.
If that's what you want to do for yourself. So the two of you go ahead and roll me a perception check. Yeah, you with disadvantage then. As you're keeping an eye out on the night. The storm above your heads begins to pass, and as you're sort of hanging out, setting like a small fire within the shell, you can see it. The smoke filters out from a tiny hole that's been sort of charred around the rim and carved out, sort of like an igloo hole. And through that hole, a little bit of a patter of rain comes out. You can see the rain is like greenish in color, and where it lands on the snow, it begins to like bleach them white,
Oh.
Like an acid rain.
like an acidic rain. Yeah.
Ugh.
Your mounts
Oh,
are
that
safe within this giant shell, but thankfully you found some shelter. Outside, where it lands on the sand, you can see like this fume of white and green coming off the sand as the acid sort of begins to bubble in places. This lasts for about half an hour to an hour before this storm passes over. And you know this all came from that east direction, the mountain range.
At least it's passing.
Mhm.
I rolled perception for first watch, by the way.
Yes. Both of you guys, about 2 hours later, hear the marching of boots across the sandy road in unison, like a squadron. And through the entrance, you can see passing by on the road, again, a few 100 feet ahead on the road, small, you can see like a squadron of soldiers. And at their head is a figure, and it seems to be holding like almost like a beacon of light, white, wispy, slightly purple toward the edges. Seems to be leading the way, and their shadows are being cast long behind them by this light. About 20, 25 men and women.
Would it look like an Aurora watch for a riot?
Seems like it.
Okay.
green armor, same chitin-like armor, same those helms that almost give him like bug faces in a way, with these coverings for the eyes that are like orb-like and look like black glass. And they keep on marching past. If you're just watching them, they keep on marching southward, and then the last hour of your rest is rather uneventful. Take this moment to talk about yourself if you want, or otherwise, wake next watch.
Riot is going to sidle up to Melina and pull out the pouch of dust dryness pellets,
Right.
and be like, Melina, do you want some of these? I got 8 of them. I really just want to hold on to one.
I can hold on to the rest, or I can just take what I need. I only need just but a few.
Okay, you can have a few. I wouldn't mind holding on to the pouch because it could be used for other things, that maybe like some herbs eventually down the line, maybe.
No, that's fine. I completely understand. I'll take 2 or 3.
He'll give you 3.
Okay.
So that would put me down to 5.
They don't require attunement or anything. You just use them. Again, when they're destroyed, they release, I believe, it's 15 gallons of water. It's seawater because that's what they absorb, but yeah. Good for your control water spell, actually, now I think about it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted it for. 3x pearls of whatever.
I like collecting things. He'll say to Melina, just like, I like things that we come across, and next time we come to a town, I kind of want to see if I can send some stuff back home to my little sister. Do you think we'd be able to send things all the way to the Menagerie Coast from here?
From where we're going, maybe cost an arm and a leg, but also I'm not sure what Bizoxen's really looking like. For what I can tell, just the place seems like excuse my language, but a fucking hellscape. So, but I mean, maybe when we get back to Jigao, if there's a road back for us, or I guess the next closest city would be Rosanna, but...
Do you think the Myriad might be in Bizoxen?
It's hard to say. I don't know. I wouldn't imagine why they would want to be.
Well, maybe next time I run into a Myriad, maybe I can ask them to do me a favor and drop it off for me. They like me a lot.
Well, I mean, what is it? She just kind of seems to be a little inquisitive and just wants to ask, like, are you looking for something important for your sister, like treasure to, like, sell and make money for your family, or?
Riot shakes his head a little bit and says, Tabaxi, more we deal with trade more than buying stuff. I want to send her little gifts of things that I run into and explore on my adventures, because she's a bit of an entertainer at home, and that's how they get more trade and stuff given to them, is she performs with a group of people.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's also, I guess, a little memento for you whenever you return back home of your travels and everything. What kind of entertaining does she do, though?
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I have to say out of character. I said that to you. My wife walked in the room and said she's a hooker.
Oh, nice.
So that's why I'm laughing right now. Okay, back in character. All right, stop doing that. She juggles. She plays with knives. I mean, she can defend herself pretty well, but she's a bit of a trickster.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, how come she doesn't join you with the Myriad and, be here with you if you guys seem so close and everything?
We are close, but it's more I wanted to protect her. That's why I left, and she was really young when I left. I was 13 when I went to the Myriad, and she was only about 8 or 9 when we lost our parents at the same time. So she stayed with the tribe and tried benefiting and helping them. She's pretty good at fishing. She likes finding odds and ends of creatures, and she likes collecting stuff that is unusual. Kind of like me. Maybe it runs in the family.
She seems like a strong woman. I can only hope someday that we'll cross paths, but
Yeah.
for the time being, I guess we're stuck in this hellhole.
If she does, if you ever do meet her, you might find her kind of doing a lot of flips and jumping around a lot, climbing things that she's not supposed to. She went up to the top of the burning mountain, and somebody that dealt with magic kind of sent her back down to the tribe somehow. We don't really know how she got up there. We don't know how she got back.
Well, it might have to be a mystery you solve when you get back in, back home. Who knows when that's going to be, though. I can tell that, my schedule's getting pushed back a little bit with this whole thing. Which reminds me, I actually need to start writing a letter back to my curator.
Would your curator be able to deliver stuff for me?
Well, this is going back to Rexitrum, which I can't see on the map, but
Not this map.
where we? No, not this map. Hold on, let me look up my other map.
I can use a
What
little
map?
bit of gold to help send this stuff. I want to give her this little horn that from that buffalo we just killed, and I have a little shark tooth that killed me that I would like to give her too.
This horn, this 3 to 4 foot long horn.
No, the little one. He's
It's a
keeping the big
small
one for
part
now.
of. Yeah.
He's keeping the big 3 to 4 right
Mhm.
now.
I mean, I can inquire about it, but I'm not being held responsible for any fees or anything for sending.
No, I've
need
got
it.
some. I've got some gold. I'm not. I might be a little bad with money, but I mean, I will keep enough gold to be able to send things back home.
Well, I won't be able to get a letter out until we reach one of the major cities or possibly any caravan that's heading back to Jigao or somewhere else. But if the word comes up, I mean, I can drop you a line then.
Thank you. Just tap me when you go off and to send your mail, and I'll follow.
Yeah, no problem. Then from there, she'll just have her ink pen and her ink and everything, and start writing a letter back to her curator, just kind of informing of them what's going on, all the findings that she has, the amulet, like a not a crude, but like just as best of a drawing as she can with her calligraphy set, and just really trying to archive the information, and she wants to send it out to Rashad.
And for the last little bit of their watch, Riot will cast Prestidigitation and have soft music playing of his tribe in a way, like the music that they used to do to celebrate happiness and fun and joy. They'll just have faint notes of music just going off for the last little bit before he falls asleep.
I can
Huh.
dig it.
Fair
Is it
enough.
lo-fi? Because that should be bumping.
I don't know what lo-fi. What do you
No,
mean
that's
by
fine.
lo-fi?
No, I'm
No,
just
it's
naming.
more like not like Celtic music, but that kind of similar
you're good.
tribal music.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, that's fine. She has like a slight, tap on her foot every once in a while, but
Mhm.
she's in her work. But yeah, that's what I thought I would do.
About halfway across the night, you hear something stir in the darkness, and you look forward. Again, not really paying attention during your watch, more towards your note taking. You peer above your page, and you can see Elia. He's sort of leaning against the archway, the entrance to the neck of the beast, as it were in life, peering outside the shell into the darkness beyond. And you can see he has this pipe that he's smoking, and every now and then, like, he inhales from it, and there's a little bit of an amber glow coming from it. He's just sort of watching along with you. It doesn't seem to be sleeping. It is just about time for you to wake the second watch if you so wish.
Yeah, I'll just wrap up my studies and have my letter just kind of sealed, put it away, and in some of the pages of my book, my spell book, and just hold on to it until I can get a letter sent. Then I'll just go wake up Galceria, or excuse me, not Galceria, Galvin.
You wish. Galvin, you come to
Yeah.
consciousness. Want to roll me a perception check or do anything else during watch?
Yeah, I'll roll the perception check.
Cool. letting the rest of your party sleep. You know, we have Elijah keeping you company all the while.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Advantage
16.
was not toggled.
Yeah, that's fine. With 16, first hour or two is rather peaceful. You look above. There's Katha in that sort of bluish hue, and her little sister trailing behind her. This pink dwarf of a moon across the skies. Elijah seems to be hyper-focused on it for a moment, but contemplative. An hour passes, some more, till eventually you begin to see gleaming the horizon is the very faint orange-yellow glow of sunrise. It is about...
Elijah.
Yeah.
Do you prefer the moon or the sun?
You can get a lot more done under moonlight. But, I think when I'm done all this, I'll go somewhere warm, some desolate beach all for myself, and I'll enjoy plenty of sun as well. I suppose you can't just have one and not the other.
No, I suppose not. Sometimes I wonder if my people will come out of the ground. But
Mole people?
well, yes and no. Not mole people per se, but what's left of the grove is mostly underground. Roots and whatnot, the whole thing collapsed.
Well, if the Kryn managed it, I'm sure your people can.
True. Suppose the Kryn did come from the ground, or wherever the hell they came from.
Plenty of things beneath our feet that you do not even can. Better not to think about them, frankly.
No. What
Here.
about you?
See you being friendly toward me, like, reaches into, like, his side satchel, and he gives you, like, a leaf-wrapped parcel. Looks edible. About the size of a matchbox.
Nice.
Chew on it, will keep you awake. Also not bad.
What is it?
Looks edible, smells aromatic, like a fusion of sweetness and a bit of like a sharp, maybe after smell.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
a bit of
Go.
honey and piquant, other things, sugars to keep you awake. It's part of my haul, the legal part.
Interesting. Gavin will take some out and chew on it as suggested. Not that he needs it, but polite as always.
It's, as you take a bite, it is like within seconds, like this suffusion of aromatic sweetnesses possess your entire mouth. The taste is luscious, honeyed, subtly piquant at the same time. The leaf wrapping just begins to dissolve away, and the solid, crunchy nibbles of shaved betel nut, date, coconut just kind of swirl in the sweet juices. It's pleasant. Then you begin to salivate, and your whole mouth fills with saliva, and you either swallow this or you spit it.
Spit it.
It looks like blood. Looks like the red stuff that he was spitting before.
You must be some tired old man. Been chewing that all day.
Giving you guys enough time to trust you.
Fair enough. What are you hauling?
Well, there's this. It's called Pan. It's a chewable mouth sweetener, freshener, digestive, made from betel leaves. Originally from Marquette. I don't know if you've ever heard. There's also charas, which is a Drohassian sort of hashish, if you will, if you're into the cool stuff. There's I got perforated lid sealed full of scribe mites, little bugs attracted to magic. Some people are into that sort of merchandise. I got other useful goods. As you're well aware, I'm a man who can procure things. And the rest, well, don't worry about that. That is for Probacan.
And if we're one into the Aurora Watch,
What
how
about?
that handled?
I'm a humble procurator of fertilizer, rotting fish and shit. What do they care for me?
Fair enough.
The rest of the watch sort of go on. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Yeah, the rest of the watch pretty much goes on that same sort of banter, easygoing. Luckily for you, nothing lethal on the horizon. Just more of the wastes and the cold night and desert, which is somewhat serene. As come morning, the party begins to rouse and get ready for the road ahead. The meat which you harvested from last hunt will probably last you for the rest of this day as well for a good meal. Before at some point it will just begin to rot in the sun and will become just more fertilizer.
Neat.
We'll cook a breakfast in the morning for everybody. And then he will ask Melina, do you have a way to burn the carcass to help it decompose faster? Because we don't want to leave this here for scavengers to find this as home in case we come back this way, because we can reuse this as shelter.
What, do you guys think I could just summon hellfire because I have horns? No. Sadly, I don't. I switched out. I don't have firebolt. I switched that out.
By the way, since you comment on your horns, Riot will reach up to touch them.
I will slap your hand away.
Because he hasn't ever really noticed.
She is a tiefling.
Yeah, Riot's a little blind at times.
No, I had switched that out. Technically, I could switch it out. Well, from the long rest. Tom, would you allow it? If it was like in the morning and I said...
Allow what? I don't know what you...
Sorry, if I wanted to switch a cantrip out, I can do it after a long rest, but would I had to have done that the night prior and then rested, or could I just say I did it in the morning?
You do it in the morning after a long rest.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I can take Firebolt, but it's going to take a little bit. It does put whatever on fire, but unless it has the extra tinder to like kind of help it, it won't do too much.
Is there any wood around this area that we can find?
Plenty of dead trees around.
On fire?
I'm sorry, Tom, I didn't hear what you said.
Plenty of dead trees around.
Riot will go
dead or surviving, like dry, arid land trees.
Riot will put on fire? The rest of the buffalo after we leave. Riot's going to go and get a bunch of wood and cover it with wood.
Okay. Harvesting the last of it you can. You make a little pyre, and if nobody stops him, you'll set it up, charring it away, so it's returns back to ash and earth.
Riot will nod and... Oh, why are we trying to set the buffalo? No, this is the morning, Julian. We harvested everything we can, and Riot believes that once you finish using everything you can, you return the animal to the earth.
Okay.
It's his tribal belief of being a hunter and gatherer. You use as much of the creature as you can, and beyond that, you set it back to the earth.
Okay.
I don't see a problem in it. But yeah, I would just use Firebolt. It even says it in the description, it catches whatever else not worn on fire.
Yeah,
but,
As the buffalo's on fire, Riot will say a small prayer of thanks to the buffalo.
Fair enough. The journey ahead of you guys, hour by hour, more through the arid westlands. You guys will end up following the map and the various landmarks. Whoever's leading, guys, go ahead and roll me a survival check with advantage to see if you encounter anything on the way.
I have a +3 to survival.
Right, go ahead. You're a traveler. Yeah. You're used to traveling places.
Alright, advantage on this. 20.
20? Okay. As you're following Instinct Road, you can see that about maybe 2 miles ahead to the south is that verdant oasis that is marked as a patch of green on the map. So you're about here. That is where you find yourself at about a few hours into your journey. Then your keen hearing picks up something. You hear shouts, cries for help coming from somewhere in the east, to where a pair of rock formations sort of form a passage that intertwines. There's a small branch of the road that winds down from a passage toward the main branch of the road, and from that pair of rock formations forming this little crevice, you hear like distant shouts for help.
Riot's gonna stop and look in that direction, and his ears are gonna perk up and twitch as his tail kind of like stops moving as his entire body goes rigid. Who would be the closest one to him currently of the party? I'm asking the group because I don't know who would be closer to Riot at this point.
You can just talk to anyone or just say it out loud.
All right, Riot's gonna put his hand
Walk
up.
front.
Riot's gonna put his hand up and point east and be like, "I hear help. People are asking for help. I think we should try to help them.
People or person?
I just hear
voice.
help."
One voice.
Hopefully, this is who we're looking for. Let's go.
Let's go. Please, let's book it.
Okay, booking it. I'm guessing all together. What's the marching order here?
Riot first.
I'll be behind, right?
I'll be behind Riot.
Nia
I'll be
is
third.
leading Penny along.
I'll be
So,
second to
likely
last.
meaning we're near the rear.
Okay. Nia toward the rear. Second to last is Melina. Sorry, and then you said right, you're at the front.
Yeah.
And then behind him is Galvin and our rogue. Fair enough. As you guys maneuver into the gorge, the shouts echo around the corners. You can see it begins winding around. First you head east, and then there's like a little U-turn and downwards toward like more of the west, and then you come upon a sight before you. This. You hear the wild yells coming from across this turn. In some distance away in front of you, you see a tiefling pinned against a rock formation, mounted on top of one of these moorbounder beasts, these black panthers with frog-like eyes and tusks, being harassed by two other large feline-like beasts of the same sort of animal heritage, but these ones have like these spines along their backs, like that of quills of a porcupine, but humongous and large and sort of frailed out. This tiefling keeps on trying for help, and then like desperately looks in your direction or where you are, and just begins like waving you guys over, all the while like hanging on to like dear life as these creatures snarl and buck about.
Riot's gonna look at Melina and be like, "Could you make me sound really frightening?"
I think taumaturgy is only...
Self, fortunately.
Yeah, only
Oh.
self.
That's
I believe in you, Riot. Go for it.
So, did you just refresh the main page?
The main page.
Because I don't see any more bounders or tiefling. I didn't know if we switched maps.
So
Like,
where
I
we
had to refresh my Roll20 for the new map to show up.
Yeah,
Oh.
Timmy was being kind of weird there. I just restarted it for me.
That's fair.
Yeah, just
I just
refresh.
hit
Sorry, guys.
refresh.
Not sure what's going on with Roll20, but I'm fine. Yeah.
No worries. That's why I asked again.
I didn't have any issues.
Riot's gonna move up 30 feet.
Go ahead and roll
just-
initiative if you're like past the planning phase, just for the sake of.
Well, he's just moving up to, and what he's going to do is he's going to have his shield and he's going to have his sword, and he's just going to make the like most vile cat-like and smashing his sword against shield, and going just making him sound like very aggressive and angry.
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
Don't backfire on me now. Oh crap! I have to pop my sheet out again.
Oh.
Intimidation. That is an 8.
You see one of the beasts sort of curl back and look at you, and like you take its attention. It doesn't seem intimidated though. It seems to be like, cool, easy prey, and it just turns towards you instead. While the other one is still harassing the tiefling up top its mount.
So he turns at me. Okay.
Did
Where did
everybody
you
roll
guys notice
initiative?
tiefling?
What'd you say?
I don't know. Do we recognize the tiefling, Tom?
Nope.
I don't recognize that tiefling at all. Their face looks a little fucked up, though.
Okay. Just
Rye
fine.
looks back. We should help him.
Yeah, we should still have
And
I think
Even
it's
if he's
Rye.
her. Or that.
I'm just verifying that everybody rolled because I think we're missing.
Oh shit! No, I'm me. You're missing me.
It's okay. I'll roll for initiative.
Oh, I got it. Initiative. There you go.
Okay.
11.
Coolio. No tiebreakers. Megan and Melina, you guys can decide which one of you guys goes first. But other than that, you see the tiefling is armed with a bow and a few arrows, and from atop the mount, as the mount sort of reels back and begins to like sort of climb with its hind legs onto the wall to sort of get itself distance, it draws a longbow and just tries to fire 2 arrows at one of each of these beasts. A hit? Hitting one of them.
Oh, he's actually a pretty capable archer. Galvin, he's better than you.
He's armed. With that being said, one of these Moorbotners, the one that you sort of try to intimidate there, right, begins to charge ahead onto you at full sprint.
Okay.
It's gonna go ahead and standing leap towards you. I'm just reading its stat block real quick. Okay, cool. It leaps onto your side, and as it does so, it does this maneuver where it's sort of with its bristled back, maneuvers against your side and pushes you aside while also like cutting you with those blades, and then goes for a swipe at your feet. We have a natural 20 for the first one for a 15 slashing damage, and then 13 to
Silvery.
hit.
I'm gonna silver barbs that
Silvery Barb is a natural 20.
one. So use the lower roll.
The lower roll was 16 to hit, so I have 16. Misses?
I have an 18 armor class.
Both missed then. You manage to get your shield up or whatever, and you just hear the of like barbs across it as they scratch your shield, and like a bash aside with the claw, and that's its turn. Then we have Galvin.
Melina just would have like instinctively, like within a second, just like whipped out her wand, gave it a quick flick, and just helped out.
Oh shit, these things are more intense than I thought they'd be.
Fair enough.
Hey, Galvin rushes ahead to get behind it. And uses Fighting Spirit as a bonus action.
I think you have to stand here to get the
And
point.
attacks with his scimitar.
So you're like directly across from, or I don't know.
You're still across. No, it doesn't have to be perpendicular exactly.
For a 9.
Oh, so here's a question then. If I were to stand here, can I get
And
flanking
then
from
I'll
Galvin?
use Action
Yes.
Surge
It's a large.
Okay.
to attack again, and then attack with my offhand weapon. Oh, look at them rolls.
20 hits.
Cool. 8 slashing damage.
Fair enough.
Hindquarters of the thing.
It's always hindquarters with you, isn't it? Alright, fair
I
enough.
was thinking.
Jesus Christ.
Fair enough.
Are you making 4 attacks? That's
Action surge.
I forgot to have.
action surge and then
advantage on-
bonus action attack.
Yep. Yep. With that being said, you stand your ground then? Fighting flanking? Okay, fair enough. Make sure that you didn't miss because you have +2 to your attacks. No, those don't hit. By 20 hits and up damage applied as we get Riot's turn then.
Real quick, when I silvery barbed Riot, he gets
Gives
advantage.
advantage. Yeah, gives
Yep,
advantage.
on the next
to-
roll, ability check or saving throw.
Fair enough.
Oh, I get a next to like attack. I get advantage.
The one attack.
Yes.
Oh,
One.
I only have 1 attack anyways.
Just
I have
saying.
advantage though.
Is there anything I can do? I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to These things are vicious. I'm going to cast Hexblade's Curse on the one in front of me, actually. Because we did sleep from yesterday. I'm going to cast Hexblade's Curse on the thing. Because this is going to hurt. And then I'm going to take an attack on him. With my Hexglaive.
Go for it.
21. So... Plus 5, yeah. So I did
11?
11 damage.
Fair enough. First strike lands true. You follow up with anything?
I don't have anything else. I used my bonus action for Hexblade's Curse, and I attacked.
Fair enough. Then we have you, Nia.
So Nia starts whispering a melodic sound, concentrating on the more distant creature, and casts a dissonant whisper.
Dissonant Whispers. Okay, let me look up that spell real quick. First time I've interacted with it in a long while. Or you can just post the chat, it'll be faster than me looking it up.
She did.
It's in chat.
Oh, is it? Cool, so that means my roll 20 is being weird. Isn't that great?
It's been acting weird.
Yeah, it's been like lagging me out. Dissonant Whisper, can you roll me the spell real quick while I'm restarting my roll 20, unfortunately?
You whisper a discoherent melody that one creature of your choice within range can hear, racking it with terrible pain. The target must make a wisdom saving throw.
Stun?
On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows. Sorry, that just moved up. Allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into obvious dangerous ground, such as a fire or a pit. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage and doesn't have to move away. A deafening creature automatically succeeds on the save.
Okay, so I rolled a 20 wisdom check.
It's DC 13.
Okay, so it saves against any effect though? Any damage?
So it still takes
3 damage. Half.
Yeah, it takes half damage. So half
Awesome.
3d6.
Okay.
So half of 6, so 3, yeah.
So yeah.
Damage.
Sounds good. Fair enough. And Dissonant Whispers, sorry, I was just fucking bear with me. I have to juggle roll 20 here. It doesn't need to understand your language, does it?
No.
Okay, fair enough. That's done. Anything else on your turn? You still have your bonus action movement.
And it doesn't say whether I have to use it as an action or not. It doesn't say whether to use one of my, like for example, like to give bardic inspiration. Is that part of my action, or is that
It will say it on your sheet. Want me to read for you?
It doesn't say.
Let me open up your sheet and read. Under your features.
It does say. So as a bonus action. Cool.
Bonus action.
Yay! So as a bonus action, I give bardic inspiration to Melina, and Melina, remember you can either use it as a regular bardic inspiration, or since you are a spellcaster, you can also use it as magical inspiration. Remember that.
Neat.
Okay. Let me write that. Fuck. That lasts for 10 minutes. Okay. If it's my turn, then
Sure is.
I want to ask. I want to possibly use my spell Vortex Warp. Would I be able to take this Moorbounder by our Tiefling friend, and this one here, and would I be able to like relocate him up to like a difficult terrain, like plateau, like up here, like where he can get stuck up there, or just like, you know?
Well,
really
how does
fuck up
the
his
spell
movement?
work? Because I'm still getting used to Dynamancy here. It's just teleportation, right? You
It's
basically
teleportation up to 90 feet.
twist around another creature within range, not within sight. Interesting. Always weirds me out that you don't have a target within sight.
Well, that you can see within range.
Right, there it is. Okay. So in a liquid to support a target, and you're trying to just teleport it like up to the mountain cliff side. You're not sure about the difficult terrain for the creatures who are native to this land, but you can probably like topple it like spawn it airborne and like topple it on like cliffside to cause some damage.
No, you can't do that. It has to be on a
Yeah,
surface.
it has to be on a support surface. It just can't squeeze as anything. But I just wanted to put it up some like jagged rocks like on top, make it like just difficult for
On
it
a
to like get
surface.
down.
The surface can be a
possibly.
slope, can't it?
Can be.
That's what I'm saying.
Then I'm going to just working within the parameters of the map. Just
Yep.
I'm gonna shove them just like down over here. And that's a DC 15 Constitution.
To resist.
Yes.
Sure thing. One moment. Constitution. Should not be whispering anymore. Natural 20.
Can I use my reaction to make that fail?
Can give a disadvantage.
Yeah. I have so many things that can just like move around stuff. Or you can force the creature to reroll this decision. I'll actually use a Chronal Shift as a reaction. Ability check. Use the result of the second roll.
Sure. For a moment, what you see, guys, is almost like heat waves, a screen of wobbling visage, almost like a mirage, rather, splits the figure of the Moorbounder. One just clings on to the sands as this geomantic energy gravitates and tries to pull it away, and then another image begins to pull it. I have to reroll that. That is a Constitution 17.
Yeah, it makes it still.
And the second one gets pulled a little bit aside, like moving 2 feet back and then clinging to the rocks. And then the two kind of realities converge back to the latter.
Alright, that sucks. I'm
You
gonna
tried.
force push this one 5 feet away from me.
Is
As
that a
bonus
save
action.
on it?
Yeah, it's a 15. Jesus, where's it at? Telekinetic. How can show up on a creature? It has to make a.
You just made that
Oh
more.
my god. DC 15 strength. Sorry,
Strength?
that's a. Yeah.
18.
Jesus Christ, it saves.
These creatures are monsters. These things. I just see like Melina casting magic and doing all these like shit, and it's
At least he's trying. He's using up resources. It's just, that's the challenge.
They're shrugging it off, and Jillian's like, "Damn, these things are a lot tougher than I thought." He's like looking at her, looking at the creatures shrugging off the magic. He's like, "Oh man." All right, gonna walk right here to where I'm flanking, make an attack with the rapier. Does an 11 hit?
An 11 does not. No, you hit the bristleback of it, and it just their blade leans off the quills. Deflected.
Okay, I'll use my bonus action, make a dagger attack.
Okay,
There we go.
that hits.
For 12 damage. And then I will move away from it. I don't know if I can like stand here. I imagine there's like space behind the stalagmite
There
that
is.
you can't really see on the map. Yeah.
Yeah, as you do so, it goes ahead with a claw attack to try and like catch you as you.
It does not get opportunity attacks.
No,
It
because you
doesn't?
are mobile. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Man,
Fair.
that's the first time I was going to be able to use my paladin fighting style.
It's okay. You'll get to use it.
So
Another time.
salty.
Another time.
You see more commotion from the other side of the gorge as, with its claw, the one Moorbounder leaps and just slashes this tiefling across the face, just adding more to the scars, and nearly knocks him off his mount with a natural 20.
Oh shit.
You see the scout take the paw across the face, and there's a moment of like, as he just slumps onto the mount, and you just see the body slide off.
Oh shit! Wait, is she unconscious?
Yes. Oh,
Ah, fuck.
no, I don't want to draw.
Okay, Riot. So since you are sort of catching the attention of the Bristol Moorbounder before you, it's gonna go ahead and attack you with its blades and claws for 15 to hit and 9 to hit. I believe you deflect both.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
So I see everybody making like rulers to stuff. How do I make a ruler? Like to measure distance.
It is a little ruler-looking tool to your left of the screen.
Snap to center. Snap to corner.
You can have it snap a center or whatever, but that's you click on that to have the tool to measure distance.
Oh.
With that being said, it
thank
is
you.
Galvin's turn.
Right. Well, Galvin's going to attempt to wound this one further.
Okay.
Make another main hand attack and bonus action offhand attack. That's,
A 17 hits.
12 and 19 because of flanking. Or does it have to be directly there?
No, it can be there. That's flanking too. The 19 hits.
Perfect. 4 damage.
Fair enough. Any other flare during your turn?
No, sir, that's it.
Okay. Right, to follow up after your mentor's
So,
steps. Mhm.
Right sees the tiefling fall. The other moorbounder is its mount, right? The one that was on its mount.
Yeah, he was mounted on top of it. Reins and everything.
Riot, seeing the person he's trying to save go unconscious, is actually going to use his feline agility, and he's going to bolt past this moorbounder and make it right next to the tiefling, getting an opportunity attack on the.
Thankfully, because Julian actually wasted its reaction with opportunity attack that missed against it, you get to escape out of its reach without suffering any opportunity attacks.
Sweet. So I'm going to run all the way over there because I can make it.
Okay.
And I'm going to touch him and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. You feel the divine energy go through your arm, and nothing.
I'm trying.
Nothing.
Oh, he's dead.
There's nothing to heal per se.
Oh, so he needs to be stabilized.
Oh, I thought I was able to heal him. Okay, shit. Can I use a bonus action to try stabilizing him?
Sure. Roll me a medicine check.
Crap.
Wisdom,
Okay,
wisdom
that's
medicine.
Oh, medicine. And I only got a 1 in this. Fuck, 4. Don't. Shit.
Okay. You keep on trying to stabilize him. No response.
Wake up. Smack him in the face. Please wake up. Smack.
Just eyes open, staring skyward, and you can just see like a large gash across the neck here toward the chin.
Can I put like pressure on it to stop it from bleeding? As much as I can.
Sure. Yeah. You do that. While that's happening, Melina.
I'm after Nia.
Yeah.
You okay?
Though I was gonna ask if Melina could shove me forward a little bit, because I'm a little bit too far to dash over.
Then if you want, I can go.
What do you mean too far? You
that.
can just go like this. It's the same distance.
Not what I meant. I
You
meant
want-
for me to get this 60 feet, I'm a little bit too far.
Okay. So why would shoving somebody over give you more distance? This is 10 feet. This is 10 feet. Like, why would shoving somebody over...
The point is, no matter how...
Yeah.
No matter from my current location, I can't make 60 feet to the tiefling.
Even if you can't make 60 feet to the tiefling, you won't have your action to be able to stabilize anyways.
True, because dash is
So
an action.
you need to take 2 turns anyways to make it.
through.
I think he's dead.
No, you can still get.
No, he's still alive.
You sure about that?
I'm
hoping.
pretty sure this dude is dead.
You tried to lay on hands on him, and healing did not go through.
That's true.
Yeah, but healing won't work if he's
It
out.
does.
Unconscious.
It does work if they're unconscious.
Yeah, and I tried to heal him.
Oh.
You can take
I
that
tried
path right there if you want.
Free loot. Free loot.
Shut up.
You don't need to roll an intelligence check to know that bristle moorbounders don't go for non-lethal hits.
They go for lethal hits.
And I rolled a natural 20.
So he's dead.
Looks like it. Fuck.
Man, Riot is gonna be so sad when he realizes
Yeah.
this.
Okay, cool. Anyway, what'd you guys do?
Alright.
Nia.
What are we doing?
Fuck.
Man. You killed your own character, Tom.
Hmm?
You killed your own character.
That's how the dice go, yeah. Megan, what do you do?
I need to do some measuring.
Okay, Melina, go ahead if she needs like time with her turn.
Because you guys changed what I do.
Yeah, so this guy right here, just gonna go full tilt because I need something that can hit. My spells weren't working, so I feel really upset. Just kind of cursing in Abyssal, and just gonna send a volley of magic missile at this moorbounder right in front of me. So for
Magic
one,
missile never misses.
3.
7-9. Wounded, still standing, but 3 of them hit. You just send like pieces of chunks of meat and bristled bone from his back as they hit off, and it just kind of begins to sort of cower low at the impacts, trying to like bat him away, but it just ends up hitting his paw.
And then I'm gonna telekinetic shove him 5 feet away from me.
That's another
15
strength.
15 strength.
14.
14 feet away from me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to reposition, and that's it.
Okay. Nia takes out her rapier. Yeah. And and approaches the beast. Can I make it? So that's 5, 10, 15.
Alright guys, people don't ask me before I knock on my door. What's up?
If I can make it there, is that flanking?
Yeah.
That's flanking, cool. So which means I get advantage or just the +2? Is that how you guys decided?
+2.
+2. So using her rapier that she has imbued with psychic blades, yay. It attacks the beast with her rapier. I don't know how to make it go +2, so I'm gonna just hit it with my rapier.
So
14 misses.
plus an extra 2.
+2.
Flanking. He
16,
doesn't know how to do it, neither
16
do I.
hits. Make sure you have a little 2-hit modifier for you guys for flanking. It just helps. 16 hits.
And then
They need to figure out how to do that.
and then my psychic blades is 2d6. Yeah. Psychic damage.
For a total of 10?
Yeah.
That's lethal. How do you want to do this?
Going for probably less dramatic death. Just goes for just a straight heart shot. With
Going for the vitals, you stick your 2 psychic blades in, retrieving them. The blades then vanish out of your hands as you focus on your next target. We have then Melina, you just went. Julian. Behind a rock cover.
Yep.
Oh, I get my Hexblade Curse is down, but I don't get anything back, so I'm full health.
Move here. Make an attack against this guy.
Ten does not hit. Bats it away.
Does not hit. Well, I will move away, use my bonus action to dash, and we are going here. Right, how are things doing?
I don't know. There's blood everywhere. I tried to heal. Didn't wake up. I don't know what's wrong.
He looks bad. Like he's stemming the
I
blood flow,
look at
but
the
it's
dude. He's got like the gash over his neck.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Riot's trying to hold the blood in, and it's getting all over his fur, and Riot's ears are pinned back, and he looks
Yeah.
terrified.
You know that scene from Dunkirk when a soldier just steps on a mine?
Yep.
He ain't living, Jim.
Right, I don't think there's anything else he can do.
Just like his neck is just snapped in an awkward angle. I can still save him.
Oh God, Tom.
Okay, don't ruin.
Did you ever
Yeah.
see like a tiger bat anything ever? It's fucking terrifying.
I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
It is terrifying.
Yeah.
Snap neck, everything. Riot is
Yeah.
very, very unhappy right now.
Mm.
Really sad, because I even got that level up last time. I got my second feat, and it would have been so much fun to use it.
That's the dice.
It's a really good feat to have still.
Riot's gonna pet the horn because he can.
Fair enough. Okay.
Close his
What are we
eyes.
doing?
But yeah, close his eyes too.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Bonus action grieve. You see the creature that was mounting that Tiefling was mounted on begins to turn back toward the corpse and just grabs him by the scarf and begins dragging him away from this one. Just still being a
Dragging
loyal
him?
mount.
Like north, like past Riot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just begins to like grabbing his scarf and like with these whiny growls begins dragging him, and you just see a trail of like gore behind, but it's grim. Pick a number, because you all look delicious. From 1 to 5.
5.
3.
5.
And
3.
God damn you.
Haha.
What is that, Melina?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just how the dice go. Okay, fair enough. We then have the Bristlemore Bounder. He's gonna go ahead with a standing leap. Deals. Okay, I was just reading something on his sheet. Movement speed is 70. So I just saw that.
What?
Oh.
Yikes.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Oh no.
The first one. Are you reactioning that?
These are loaded dice.
You still have
Yeah.
your reaction?
Holy shit. Yeah, I have a reaction. The thing is, I can't do both of those. Um,
Are you still
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
talented?
I wouldn't even have enough. Because my armor class is 14. Even if I got a 6, I still couldn't. I'm gonna chrono shift the first one.
That's what? Blades? Shoulder blades rerolling for a 13 to hit.
13.
Good, that misses. But
Misses?
25.
For 10, slashing damage with a claw.
That's like close to minimal damage.
And that's like probably almost all Melina's health.
It's at least a third.
Galvin Beast rushes like by you, sort of shoulder checking into Melina and then batting it. It's within range. What do you do?
I'd like to charge forward and shoulder check it. Try and get it away from Melina.
Okay, that's gonna be a shot action essentially.
I guess so.
Okay, roll me two things. Roll me a dexterity save, then roll me a strength check. Okay, you take half of d4. You take half would be 1. You take 1 piercing damage as you short check into like one of Quill's and just like pierces in like an awkward spot between your armor. 1 piercing damage, and then you roll me how much for strength? Contested by its strength. Natural 1. You shove it 5 feet
Oh my god.
in this direction.
That is an action, correct?
That is one of your attacks.
Okay.
No, that is an action, yes. How does
that
grappling
was a bonus
work if you have multi-attack, actually? It replaces your whole action, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's one.
it does.
One action.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one. If you have multiple attacks, it takes one of those attacks.
It takes one of them, which is the same thing with for shove. So you still have another attack, because when you take an attack action, you can take take 2 attacks, replacing one of those with a special attack with your shove. You still have
Yes.
another one. Natural 20 there, isn't it? There you go. I believe that's lethal. Nope. There wasn't that much more in it, but it's still a critical hit for a total of 12.
Wheel damage.
That's bloodied. Riot.
Julian would be able to notice this different persona seem to take over Riot, since everybody else is probably more focused on the Moorbounder. Julian would see his ears pinned back, his tail lashing out angrily. His claws are actually extended currently, Riot's claws. And Julian would be able to see that Riot's eyes are literally slits right now.
Cool.
And Riot is going to dash with his glaive and just take a swing at the Moorbounder. He's going to move. Would this be flanking from
Yes.
Gallo?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll do that. Flanking. I hope I did this right in my sheet because I just did it. So we'll see if it pops up. It didn't work.
I think it's that 2.
Whee!
Oh, it's the 2. Oh, that's
I
the I didn't do it right. You're gonna have to show
You
me
did.
how to set it up.
I'll tell
So
you
it's
after
it's
session.
11 to hit, which misses, unfortunately.
Yeah. I tried to do it. Sorry, guys.
It's 9 plus 2, so that's 11, Tom. Meets it beats.
Yeah, 9 plus 2 is 11. It doesn't meet and doesn't beat.
Oh,
Can I
Yep.
change that from damage?
yes.
Anything else on your turn?
Click.
No, no, that's all I have. I'd have no bonus action.
So go ahead and figure out that, and I'll give you a help after session if you still need it, as Nia takes her turn.
Nia moves towards Melina, having seen her take quite the bat from the Moorbounder, and casts Cure Wounds.
Cure Wounds on Melina for how much?
Get 1d8. I just want 1d8.
Should be able to just roll it. It's one of your attacks, I think. Plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which is, I believe, Charisma. What's your Charisma modifier?
Charisma 3. It's 5.
It's not 5. That's your 2 hit. What's your
Sure,
Charisma?
5. So it's 2 plus my Charisma, which is 3, so 5.
5. There you go. Okay. 5 hit points back to Melina. As that's your, I believe, Cure Wounds is action. Bonus action, anything? Rest of your movement?
No.
Okay. Fair enough. Melina to follow up.
I want to telekinetic shove, bonus action, the beast 5 feet, like back down right here.
Gotcha. Strength check on it is a natural
Jesus
20.
Christ.
I'm sorry, buddy. It's just a dice. I'm just rolling great.
Now you got natural 20s everywhere. Fuck, man.
Oh.
It's just a shove, though. I better waste them now than like on another one of us dies or some shit.
Oh fuck. I could. God damn it. I fucked up. Anyways.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is. So what I'm gonna do. God damn it. I can't do that because these are all.
Oh shit! I'm under the wrong one.
Fuck it. I guess I'm just gonna have to do it. I'm just gonna do a Tasha's Mind Whip, and I'm going to
Tasha's Mind Whip.
get here 1 sec.
So that
Needs to make
sounds
a
like
DC 15 intelligence.
intelligence. It's an animal. At 5.
Alright,
You-
it takes.
You psychically lash out at the creature. You can see within range, and it deals damage, I believe.
Wow, 5.
That's okay. What else? It cannot take reactions, and what else? Keep posting. It's like it keeps scrolling down.
It cannot take actions. It can only take a move action. Okay, hold on. Excuse me. It can only take a move, an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of those.
You get slow at this level? Interesting. All right, cool.
It's a mini slow.
It's a mini slow. How much damage there?
5.
Okay, dope. Okay, and it's lashed. I'm just gonna remind me on its turn what a spell does. We'll get there. As we have then Julian.
Yeah.
Unless that's anything else on your turn.
No,
It
I
is.
hope. Please kill him before.
Right, Julian.
Alright, I'll bonus action hex him.
Warlock Hex, okay.
Yep. Gonna... move.
This creature's suffering all types of psychic today, aren't they? Fucking from one end it's like, oh, time and space. From the other side it's like,
I know.
22
11
hits
damage.
for 11 damage. That is big. Still alive, but big. You wounded.
Jesus
Hitting some critical.
Lord.
Yep.
Alright, and then I... get the fuck away. Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Cannot
Julian, you
learn
fucking
from
coward,
this
get
lesson.
back here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Julian's getting in there.
I'm doing so much damage. Chill.
Hey. I've done damage. Chill.
Can I just say
I
that,
corrected myself.
this creature dragging its master can move like this much, just dragging creature? That's insane. Okay, it drags us to safety, clearly afraid of these creatures, sticking by the corpse and sort of then sort of taking a protective stance to defend it. We have my bristleback. Bristleback ribs. Baby back. Melina. We have 8 against you with the blades, and then a claw attack for a 18 to hit.
I'm gonna use the reaction spell. I'm gonna use shield.
Shield increases your AC to what?
Misses 19.
Nice. Okay, fair enough. It can only, what was it? Can only attack.
Yeah, that's it.
It cannot move, cannot reaction.
Can't move or reaction or bonus action.
For 1 round till it's out of your round.
Yes.
It's like a mini slow. It's awesome.
Yeah,
just-
it's awesome.
It's a pretty awesome spell, even if like it doesn't do a lot of damage. Galvin, then
You should
It
have moved
doesn't-
away from it. after
it doesn't
you
reduce
cast.
a
You should've
armor
moved-
class like slow, does it?
Well, it can still hit me during that. What's
It
that
does-
say again?
It doesn't reduce its armor class like slow does,
No.
does it? Okay.
No.
Galvin to hit then with a scimitar for 23 and a fucking 22, both hit.
It's 11 damage again.
Fantastic. Keep slashing away at it.
Okay, slashing away. It keeps on fighting. Looks like to the death. To
Oh,
follow
you're
up.
right.
What?
No, I was talking to Julian. Sorry, I'll put it in
Cool.
chat.
To follow up in your master strikes, right then?
Oh, it's still alive?
Yeah.
Yep.
My god, Riot is still, like, pissed off. He's just going to swing and attack again. That would be a 21 to hit.
Hits and lethal.
He does 4 damage.
Lethal.
Riot is going to, like, run up its back if it can and just slam his sword right in the freaking head. And just try to kill it that way.
Dope,
Just
man.
angry.
Dope. Take 4 piercing damage as you commit that dope
He does
maneuver.
not care.
Yeah.
He does not care.
Yeah, it was dope though. It'd be funny if you passed out doing like, just like, and then just stab it in the fucking
I have full
face.
health. I got 36 health. What's 4 damage, right?
You're good. Stab it. It keels over. You do a cool little roll, 3-point stance as you sheath your sword, and then take a few quills from like your fucking neck.
Yeah. He's
and
going to keep those quills, by the way. He's going to keep them.
cool. Very cool. That is combat unless you guys do something that is up to your choice. Do you attack the other Moorbounder?
No, Riot will jump off and use prestidigitation to take the blood off his hands and put it to the ground. He will reach into his pack and pull out some meat that is still not actually cured yet. And he'll walk up to the moorbounder and he will try to calm the beast and offer it food.
Animal handling with advantage.
Riot would love one of these creatures as his pet. Would love it. 20.
20. The beast is still scared, but seeing that the threat is quelled, very cautiously takes the meat out of your hand and begins to chew on it, all the while not taking the whole bunch, just a little bit, just as a sign of recognition, I trust you.
He's going to keep petting the head if he's allowed, and letting the he's going to let the moorbounder get his scent and smell, because he did touch his master in a way. So maybe the tiefling smells on his hand, and he's just trying to create a small bond with it, showing that he's actually not there to hurt it. He's there to help.
As you do so, it licks off the blood a little bit and begins to sniff the scent, and then returns to the body of the tiefling, still not rousing or anything, nudges it with its head, sad, and then sort of curls up beside him, all the while keeping like one eye out on the cliffs around, but not sure where to go from here. You can see that this animal is lost without its master.
Riot is going to continue talking to it softly and kindly to try to create a small bond with it, just to like try to interact and say it's okay. I'm so sorry that I couldn't help. You're okay. You're safe. Nothing's going to hurt you. You're all right. And just talk to it calmly, and just if it allows Riot, he will slowly run his claws or his hand over the moorbounder's neck, and just trying to find like that nice spot to calm it.
Okay. As you're doing that, going through all that, what did the rest of you guys do?
I'd like to check the tiefling to see if he is actually dead.
Yeah.
Yep. I suppose getting my face ripped in half will do that.
Riot, everything okay? You sure that guy's safe to be so close with too?
Riot looks at Julian. His eyes are not really away from slits right now, because he's still feeling very, very angry and upset about the tiefling, and be like, he trusts me. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm going to keep calming it because it's trying to take care of its master, and I don't want the moorbounder to feel lost. I want him to feel safe and protected.
It's a shame that he died almost immediately after we got here. I don't know if there was anything different we could have done to change the outcome. Maybe we should have tried scaring them. I don't know.
I tried screaming.
It didn't work.
No, I couldn't scare them off. I feel really guilty and bad. And if Riot could, he'll lay his head against the moorbounder gently if he's allowed.
It knows that you mean it well. It saw you defend it, so it doesn't move or resist against you. It is truly just a big, precious cat. Domesticated. Capable of defending itself, but not against these vile wild beasts that you found yourself against.
Well,
are there reins on the moorbounder or anything?
A saddle, reins, saddlebags, side bag, patch. Yeah.
Riot will tell everybody don't touch anything on the moorbounder right now. Leave him be, and Riot will offer some more meat to the moorbounder and gently see if he can take the reins and pull it over its head so the moorbounder is looking at him.
Again, taking just a little bit of your meat, doesn't seem to have an appetite right now, still kind of actively stressed and looking around, flicking its head, from time to time looking at the cliffs. You can see it's looking toward where it catches a little bit of sound, its two ears kind of like swiveling toward that direction, and you can see two winged creatures, pink salmon-fleshed with leathery wings, like bats, but their head is wrong, not bat-like, more cone-shaped, and they have these like writhing like long tongues that keep flickering in and out like snakes. Maybe 3 or 4 of them are sort of gathering on a branch on like an upper cliff side and just sort of watching the dead.
Riot's going to ask Galavan, Could you please pick up his master? I would like to take the Moorbound away with his master, so we are all safe. Because these creatures I think, are wanting to feed on the ones we just killed, and I do not want his master to be eaten and torn apart. I would like him to feel
That is
safe
a
and his
good
master
idea.
safe.
I'll pick up the body.
And
awesome.
Rai will ask Galavan, please walk in front of the Moorbounder gently and slowly and hold him carefully. And Rai will, if he can, try leading the Moorbounder next to Galavan and his fallen master and try to leave this gorge if he
Okay.
can.
The rest of you give a hand, you do your own thing.
Thing if we're gonna use it.
What was that, Megan?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize my mic was on.
Oh. Yeah, until we get the tiefling back to the cart where we can kind of put him on, I do want to give him a quick overlook of an inspection to see kind of what the hell he's doing out here all by himself.
Your cart is like a round bend, by the way. You guys did not leave
Yeah.
it too far. Obviously,
With Elijah.
Elijah would not put himself into active danger, but he doesn't steer too far away from his guards, essentially.
Yeah.
What was it you said you were checking for?
When we got him back to the cart, like after we get out of here, back to the cart, I just wanted to give him like a once over real quick just to see if he had like what he was doing out here all by himself, if he had anything like sigils on him. I don't know if his icon is true, but if he had like scrolls or something in his backpack, like kind of just figuring it out.
So sort of
Playing detective.
Playing detective here
Not
a little
scrolls.
bit.
Arrows.
Yeah, you see a quiver full of maybe 3 arrows left. Looking around, sort of doing the whole detective work that the Kobold Soldier is known for, you can see that he did fire a few arrows that landed stray, like embedded into dead trees or between rocks or dirt. Some of them did find latch against these beasts, but to little effect. You see battle scars, old and faded, among the more fresher ones. Whoever this individual was probably traveled the wastes often, encountering various dangers. The armor is also tattered and has slashes and gashes here and there. Dressed lightly, like one would dress for like scouting missions. Has a water canteen, pretty hefty too, like a good like 12-ounce one. Dressed for the waist, has a long bow that laid where he fell, kind of when he let it go. In the tiefling heritage, the white fur just seems to be like a cape, maybe like something like a uniform, or maybe just something personal attire. You're looking for any sigils or any markings. You do find that beneath that is that same Kryn Dynasty sort of 5-sided diamond that you saw on Narim.
Is the white fur cape still intact, or is it shredded?
It's intact.
Riot would like to. Riot would ask Galvin if you could have that, because he would like to wear it, so the Moorbounder would feel more comfortable with him.
Hang on, master. We still don't really know who this guy was. It might be dangerous to put that on.
I'm more focused on the Moorbounder. I don't care about danger. I want the Moorbounder to know I'm a friend. So
I see no harm in it. It's just a cape.
So Riot would don the cape and stand right next to the Moorbounder, so the Moorbounder would smell more like the master.
Unlatching the cape, comes off like 3 latches. You put it on you, then you feel like a little of a squish. The bottom of it is a little blood soaked, but you can probably clean that. Yeah, that's what I figured. You notice that beneath the cloak, beneath the arm, is a messenger's satchel. Familiar to some of you, because you saw it on Sharpwatch before, a similar one with the same sort of what do you call that in the army when they just kind of standard stock, when they just kind of give the same gear to everybody.
Yeah, it's just a messenger bag.
Yeah.
It's
like standard issue.
Standard issue is exactly the word I was looking for. Standard issue, and you see along the side of this satchel a name in common.
What's the name?
Brian Justice.
Brian Justice.
Is it Bryan or Brian?
I am. Because I'm fancy. I don't know. like this.
Okay.
Okay, well, this isn't Thea's brother, thankfully.
No.
No, I mean he's also not a drow, but then again, the word brother can be used in a different context.
We should still
Tieflings
perhaps
can be
give the
born
bag-
into like human and other races. They're like a heritage gift. I don't know if Melina, I don't know what your background is, but you can have like human brothers, for example, or like elf brothers, and you're a tiefling. Does that make sense?
Mm. Yeah.
So it's not out of reason what Julian just said, but not the same last name. Or is that last name Justice?
We should, once we've settled the body, we should probably bury it once we've gone out of this place. We should definitely bring the bag with us, though from our past experience, I would caution against anyone investigating the bag and just bring it with us to the next outpost.
There's no way there's anything that dangerous in it.
Megan received inspiration from learning a lesson. I'm not even kidding.
I like how Tom's just like, I dare you guys to fucking look.
I mean, like, you
And
can
then
look.
Julian wants to be
It's-
like, oh, let's fucking crack it open.
This guy isn't
Crack it
like,
open, Julian.
This guy isn't a part of the Aurora Guard or anything.
You don't know that.
We just
He
said
has
that
a
he has
has-
a
has the
bag.
same
Hey,
sigil of the
Yeah,
Kryn
I-
Dynasty.
With the dynasty.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Aurora Guard doesn't have a sigil per se. They're allegiance to a dynasty, so this is as close as it gets. It's the same one that certain officers back in Helter Skelter wore. Same badge.
Riot's going to ask if we can take that, because we are going to need to give that back to
take
Cho'Gath's
everything
side.
on him back to the
Yes.
cart and get our way out of this damn
Yeah.
ravine.
Yeah.
We'll deal
But-
with the body when we settle in for the night.
Let's just get out of
Tom,
here.
I do want to point out, Riot's going to stay near the moorbounder at all times, and
Okay.
making sure that he has its attention and is constantly communicating with it.
Over the course of that animal handling, over the course of this bonding, it's not that it would recognize you as its master off the bat, but it does see you in a friendly manner, the same that it would see your companions. Perhaps prioritize your instructions over theirs, because that's sort of how imprinting works. But it does see that you're trying to help. It is not an intelligent creature per se, but wise enough to sort of see that the threat was dealt with and you're part of that help. As you're sticking by the moorbounder, you see it has a saddle. Also standard issue, looks like. Doesn't have anything personalized, except on the bottom rim of the saddle, another name.
What does it say?
In almost cursive writing, rice pudding.
Rice pudding?
Rice pudding.
Riot will sit there talking to him using Rice Pudding's name and say, calm down, Rice Pudding. It's okay. I'm here for you. And if Rice Pudding is calm enough, Riot would go through the saddlebags and see what there is.
Okay. At the mention of its name, it's almost like a trigger. It begins to show, the fur goes down a little bit, the tail begins to sort of stop wagging, and the tears go down. You can see by its body motions that it's getting more used to. As you go through the saddlebags, you find two things. One, it looks to be almost what's the word I'm looking for? Like a bandolier that's covered by a cover away from rain. You can see hunting knives and other sort of similar to your cooking utensils, a little bit of a traveler's kit, and then a single vial of potion, that a similar red liquid that you found in a grotto.
Riot will take that out.
Okay, so same shimmering red liquid, and then
So health potion.
moving down, yeah, like a common one, and then sort of moving down with that toward the satchel end, in a bag that's containing a sleeping bag and common clothing and mundane stuff. You find shiny, the glitter of glass in the sun, like a lens, goggles. They
Is it black goggles or?
They're shaded green a little bit, tinted green, and the frame is made of brass, shaped with a feather almost like motif, and a beak for the nose.
Riot is totally keeping those.
Fair enough.
Right. Do they So it would look like it protects the eyes from like
I'm
wind.
gonna send you an image of what it looks like in chat in 2 seconds. Looks like this.
Oh, those are beautiful. Ride is gonna put those on top of his head for now, and it's like, good boy, rice pudding, come with us, stay with me, stay next to me, rice pudding, and
Okay.
he will lead out of the gorge, but he will not take him near the donkey.
Fair enough.
The
He'll
mule.
stay about 15 feet away from the cart and the donkey.
All right. Without encounter sort of coming to a sort of a conclusion and it being...
Wait, one more thing.
Yeah,
before
sure.
we leave. Does he have a coin pouch? I'm gonna look at it.
He does.
How much is in it?
What did I roll? Oh, cash, that's why. He has 11 gold coins.
I will take them.
He won't use them.
Yeah, he doesn't need them.
Okay. What's your question, Hunter?
Were those demons or a normal animal?
It's an easy DC. I'm just trying to remember what demons are. They're not a religion because that's undead. Arcana. Go ahead and roll me Arcana check. Just trying to recall your knowledge about the planes and the 9 hells and the abyss and the other planes. Demons do tend to have a chaotic influence on wildlife throughout. You're not sure if they are demons because they're not like vanishing or turning into ichor, and they bleed
There's
red.
no vanish in this land, anyways.
True. That's why you're not sure if like you don't have a confirmation. But you do know with a 5 that like the chaotic influence of the abyss does tend to warp the wildlife throughout and give it chaotic properties. Anything from like 3 heads to spiny backs to chitinous armor for like bugs, things like that. There's even legends out there of like it's like changing the composition of the bone to be like adamantium, like purely different like properties of the abyss influence around area. So not sure if they're demons or not, but they might have some influence in the rain.
Interesting.
If you're thinking about doing what I think you're doing, you
Their
might as
heads are
well
right
at
there.
this point.
Yeah, their heads are right there.
Oh yeah. I'll take the heads off just in case.
Okay.
Anyway, it gives us proof of what we did here today anyways. In case we run past someone. We did see guards marching last night.
Right. Scouting ahead, as I mentioned before, about maybe 2 miles ahead of you guys is that oasis. Which, should you want to gather all the things if you have here, get the corpse sort of wrapped out nicely so you can return him to wherever or bury him, whatever. Figure that out. It is, however, 9:15, and I feel like some of us want to call this a session. We can call it with you guys arriving at the oasis and spending the rest of the day there. It is a safe space. There's water. There's space to forage. There is limited shelter from the elements, but you have tents, so that's good. And we can pick up next session from that point.
Riot's going to sleep outside with the moorbounder.
Yeah,
and
for
he's
sure.
going to inspect the goggles.
Okay, we can do all that in RP chat and all that and handle things like that. We'll pretty much end the session in the Oasis and pick up from there going forward.
Perfect.
Just before we do that, since this is going to count as some version, either a short or a long rest, during that time, Nia will use her Song of Rest for anyone who needed some extra healing.
That's cool. It's gonna be a long rest, likely, unless you guys decide otherwise. I don't want to call it for you guys, but if we are sort of doing an expedited trip of you encounter this, you move on, you get to roleplay a little bit, and that's sort of the default. If you guys want to do literally anything else, just let me know.
Might as well just save it because we're going to do a long rest there. We'll be in a safe spot too.
RP chat now.
Cool.
Riot will cook a meal again. And wait, Tom. Wait, none of us are really hurt except for me.
Well, yeah.
Lena still has some damage.
Well, Lena's hurt.
I'm okay.
So what I'll do is I'll cook another meal again. Am I supposed to roll a d20 for that? Because I know it said on the cooking utensils, if I roll high enough, I prepare a good meal, people get an extra like health or something like
it's
that.
It's a DC 10 to just make a meal. It's a DC 15 to make it like exquisite or whatever. But it's not a high difficulty class.
We just roll a natural d20 then.
So you roll no, because you get to use a skill on top of that. So you have no proficiency. That's why.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So,
But still uses an
so
ability
do I just
or some kind.
can still roll with it. You're
I
just
am gonna say.
proficient.
Well, what are you trying to do? Because
I
that would.
want to cook a nice meal, and I also like a nice meat meal. Throw a little bit of salt, and I'm sure my guy has had through his travels picked up herbs and stuff to like herb the meat a little bit.
And it's
And
an
he was going
oasis, and you have the resources. I'm gonna say, don't even rule for it. You can do that.
okay, and
It's cool flavor, and
he would make a nice big meal, and he would also make sure the moorbounder had meat, and he would make sure everybody had enough food. And he would just sleep next to Rice Pudding's head.
it's
and
almost as if you shouldn't have burnt that bison. You would have been able to feed that animal for days. But anyways, but it's all good.
You know what? We'll
The thing
kill
about-
more bison.
The thing about
Whoa,
moorbounders.
whoa!
The thing about moorbounders is that they're not really animals that eat out of your hand, so much as you let them go in the wilds every night and they hunt on their own and they return to you. That's the sort of.
Okay.
There's always a wild side that retains with moorbounders. It's not a grazing animal. It's a hunting predator.
Okay.
It knows how to keep itself safe at night for the most part. I'm not gonna be a douche about it. Be like, and then your moorbounder dies because rock.
Okay.
But you know,
Would Rice Pudding know to come back to Riot though if he went off to graze currently?
it's not gonna get lost in the wilds. It's gonna come back to the corpse of its old master until it's gonna assign a new one.
Okay.
You can keep trying to like over the days bond with it and maybe try and form like a natural bond with it. It's gonna take days though.
That's what
Yeah.
Riot wants to do. That's my goal.
Because in the Overwatch, the army usually trains their rider and their mount over the course of a few weeks. But you're welcome to try. Honestly, it will also do whatever it has to do to survive. It is sort of domesticated to a degree, so it always come back to a owner. We'll figure it out. It's all good. And, and you cook that thing in the Oasis. We'll do that. Anybody else has any other questions before I pretty much call this?
Yeah, before we go, or at least before you go, can I open the messenger bag and see what is inside the messenger bag?
Yeah, sure, man. Do you want to keep it for yourself?
Yes.
Cool. I'll whisper you later what you find. Like by later, like after the session, I'll whisper you what you find.
Yes. Also, what else is on this man's body?
Well, there was the bow he dropped, the quiver with the 4 arrows. If you want to loot those,
Take extra arrows.
most of his stuff were on the moorbounder in saddlebags.
Riot
essentially.
has.
Cool.
I'll make
could
a
I get a
list.
list of those things?
I'll make a list. I'll post it in chat.
Thank you.
Cool. That's all I have.
With that being said, with a song of rest in your hearts, we'll call it a session.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, Nick, one thing I have to tell you is you do whatever you want with that golden medallion, but maybe tell your group what it is, just so it's relevant, just so we don't have a whole
Who's Zariel?
arena situation in this campaign where like a central thing is misremembered. I don't know, whatever. See what I'm saying, or am I being confusing?
You're being confusing.
Yeah, I'm being confusing.
Because I said it in. If you're talking about the amulet, I said it in chat.
RP chat?
That's an RP chat, but
yeah,
I mean, I
you
also
went
had.
over it when you gave them inspiration before session started.
Oh,
I
you
had
said
talked
it.
about it how.
You said it in the beginning. Okay, so people are just not okay.
Yeah.
Fair. We're good then. Okay.
Because honestly, I was waiting to use it, but I had burned through my reaction, and I was like about to say like, "Oh, I want to use my special gift," and then like describe like what was happening, and then I was like, "Fuck, I can't."
So surprised you did not use it when I natural 20 bashed my own NPC.
Because I reaction trying to relocate the vortex warp on the moorbounder, I burned twice, and I was like,
It's part of the
Well,
story,
fuck.
but I was like, fuck, dude, like.
I know.
I was like, I gotta go with what the dice rolled. Like,
No, I mean I don't blame you. At the same time,
Dude-
I was just like, man,
dude
I
had
could
like
have.
16 HP. I bashed him for like 19. I'm like, fucking, he's gone.
I know. I have so many
Um,
reactions that I can do, so it's like, well, fuck, I can do a lot of shit, so might as well use it. Try to reposition that guy, but didn't work.
You know what?
Julian,
Riot's sad about him, but Riot might have got a moorbounder, so it's okay.
Also, I think Riot might have got a magic item as well. So,
I have a feeling, yeah.
Someone's jealous. Are you
What?
jealous?
No, I'm like, oh, Tom's NPC died, but we got free loot. So
Ironically, depending on what it
True.
is, Riot might not even be able to, or might give it away because you can already see 120 feet in darkness. But I mean, if it,
Brian
if
can
it,
now see into the ether of the world.
yeah, I'm assuming it's like riding goggles that the person used to use, probably. But Riot will ask Melina to identify it for him.
Yeah, use
By the
that.
way, what does that amulet do, Melina?
Say again, Julian.
The amulet.
What's
that
the
Melina
amulet do?
has.
What does it do when you're wearing it?
It's in. I don't know if you're allowed to see it, but it's in.
You're the only one
I
privy
can't.
to it. You're the only one
No.
tuned to it.
Well, I'm gonna fucking wait till I fucking do it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Speaking of which, Julian, do you have the spear? You never answered.
No,
me
I
on
gave
that.
it to you. Didn't you say you had? I already took it off my
asked.
character
I don't
sheet.
remember you ask. I don't remember you were getting back.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't
I have
remember.
it right now.
I just wanted to confirm.
You want to bond to it?
Well, I'm just going to add it to my sheet.
When you responded to my message saying, "Yeah, you want to use the shield," I logged into the game and I removed it from my character sheet. I was like, "Okay, he's using it."
Oh, but did you tell
But
me?
yeah, you can
But did you say
Bro,
it?
take
Did
the
you
spear.
respond?
Just take the
take the fucking spear.
I just didn't know because nobody said anything.
Cry me a river. Just take the
Riot
spear.
will stab you with the spear so you have it if you need it that way.
Oh god.
You'll be like
Is it-
Ford.
Is
You
it called a
consume it.
Spear, moon touched.
Moon
Spear?
touched. You guys don't have that many treasures. You should be able to find it in the treasures tab.
I don't see it in the compendium.
It's not in the compendium. It's in your treasures tab.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dumb question. Which one's the treasures tab?
It's the moon touched.
It literally
The
says
folder,
treasure.
the subfolder, in the main journal. There's a treasures folder.
Oh, journal.
Right?
Journal,
Yes. No.
yes.
No. It's just last time I was in the compendium when I put in spear.
Oh, treasures.
Like moon touched items were there, and you could add it to your sheet.
Yes.
But it's not in the compodium to add to my sheet. Do you understand?
I understand what you're telling me. I'm also understand that you can just
Add a plus
you
one
you
spear.
can just read what the item does. Add a. I believe is it a +1?
I don't know. Is it?
No, it isn't.
It isn't. I don't
In
think.
darkness, the spear blade sheds
No.
moonlight, creating a bright light 15 feet radius, and a dim light for an additional 15 feet once per dawn. When you miss an attack with the spear, you can use your bonus action to move up to half your max movement speed without provoking an opportunity of attack.
So add a spear to your inventory, rename it to that item, Moon Touched, and that should be good. And if you need to reference it, you can always make a link to treasures by placing any named treasure between two square brackets, and it will create a little link on your sheet right to it. I usually do that in my bio info.
No, I did it my own way. But brackets, you say?
Square brackets.
Let's
If you place anything in the journal between two square brackets and click save, it will make a hyperlink
Okay,
to
so
it.
just exactly how it's spelled.
Exactly how it's spelled, capitals and everything. Megan, did you need help with anything? I'm gonna go ahead and call the recording here.